Sorry. I'm doing this sharing thing, so that's why it makes me look like this. Shelly Irene, peace in the meadow. Welcome to the show, boys and girls. Not that anybody's in here yet, but Yeesh. Hello. Sorry, I'm still sharing it out. Give me just a sec. Don't have any idea what's going on or who's here. Hey, Saved, come on in. Come on up. Play that opening song for you. Hey, Renita. How you doing? What's up, Saved? You coming up? Dude, my eyes are so red from it's been like this ever since I've been here, man. Freaking wind is so damn strong, it just kills my eyeballs. I just sent an invite to you for no reason because you're already here, you know. What the fuck? Get off there. Get off. Get off. Get off. Why does it keep giving me filters? Hey, Sal. Dude, go. Oh, bro. Alright, play the opening song while I share this out, because that was just, it was. Dusty strings is in the house, engine screaming in the dark night. Grease on the boots, sparks in the wire, midnight city running on fire, chrome reflections in the pouring rain, steel guitars crying through the pain, motor rhythm pounding my chest, rest and rhythm never rest, jukebox ghosting in the factory hall, old school rebel in a cyber brawl. Feel that engine roar tonight, and a lost soul in digital life. Chrome heart rebel, riding sound, steel toe rhythm, shaking the ground, rockabilly bones in a techno machine, living too loud in a lazy dream. Chrome heart rebel, break the control, grease and circuits burning my soul, spooky ghost and a rebel yell, dancing in a mechanical pin up shadows on a hologram wall, vinyl spinning in a server hall, kick
Hi, Jet. How you doing, buddy? Hi, Saved. Dude, I swear my eyes are not really this red. It's just the lighting in this house. Hi, Miss Pouncer. How you doing, babe? Oh, what's up? Vox, how you doing, bud? Come on in. No audio. Yeah, I hadn't unmuted it yet. Thank you for the hard on, brother. I love it. My brothers give me hard ons. That was my first gift for the evening because I've only been open for like 2 minutes. And I have a very disappointed kitty cat sitting over here. Thank you for the hard on, brother. I love it. My brothers give me hard ons. She's upset, and so she's pouting. Now she knows I'm talking about her. You wanna come say hi? Yeah. You wanna come say hi, everybody? Say hi, everybody's. Hi. See, is there a filter going on or something, man? I can't figure this out. On 12-year. Aw. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I think he's talking about the cat, not me, though, right? Her is a pretty girl. It's her little butthole. Nice. She's whiny because, see, all of the promises that I made her I have yet to fulfill because I've been working so damn much. And man, hey Karen, I got my butt handed to me a bunch over this last couple of weeks because like bus after bus after bus after bus. Hey Chris, Chris, come on in, bud. Loki says hi. She is a beautiful kitty and they're so sweet. Where's my baby? Take the compliment for you. Yes, ma'am. You're right. Look, that's one of my things that I've got to heal, dude. I don't know how to heal that because I've never been comfortable with taking compliments. Like I can compliment myself. They can say stuff like, oh yeah, I'm badass. Oh yeah, I'm hot. Hell yeah, look at that fine motherfucker. All that weird shit, right? But if you say it, I'm like, I didn't even know that I had a hard time taking compliments until, I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago. We were going to this thing. You can come up if you want to, guys. All you have to do is hit the guest button and you can come up and be a guest. Hi, Tiger Lily. So, I was going to this, place called The Experience in Edom, Texas. It's not there anymore. It's in Galveston now. There's my girl. Get up here, Tanya. Hey, Prince of Poems. How you doing, buddy? I got a new poem for you guys. In fact, if y'all want to hear it soon. There she is. Hi. How you doing? Hey, your friend was just here. Hey, come here. Hey, Bo. Hey, look who's here. Look who's up in the panel.
Hi, pretty girl. Loki. Oh, look at that pretty girl.
You're at 420? Nice. I took it going. So y'all are going to be feeling it in a little while as soon as it kicks in.
Hey, pretty girl.
Say I'm an asshole.
Huh?
Can you tell Tanya that you're an asshole?
Are you an asshole?
Does that look like the face of an asshole?
Man, look. I'm not an asshole.
Look at that face. She's like glaring at us all like.
No. It's like, Mom, put me down, please. Damn it. Excuse me.
Anyway, do what? Let me just scratch the inside of my nostril there for a minute. So, I have been. Hey, that's my paintbrush. You have your own. Go to your toys, bro. She's like, it's like a child. So anyway, I've been kind of obsessing over my charts again lately, which I do every few months. I get into my charts real hardcore and I start looking at them because I compare my numerology, my human design, and my birth chart. Well, it gave me a thought that maybe I should bring that to y'all because I don't know how many people have actually studied their charts, much less all three. And thank you very much for the gifts, Vox. I appreciate that. You want to come up and share today? Or have questions or have a poem you want to share? There's an overlap? What overlap, Miss Bouncer? You can come up in the panel if you want to. But anyway, so like, you're talking about in charts. Wait, where'd Tanya go? Get back here, Tanya K. Get your booty back here. TKO, get your boot back here. Anyway, so I was looking at them and, I've got a lot of very interesting, is it your birthday's today? Your birthday's today? Happy birthday. May I sing to you? I would very much like to. See if my voice is any good or not. I'm going to wait until you answer me, though. See if he's gonna let me. You gonna let me sing for you, Vox? I don't even know your real name. I'm gonna have to call you Vox. Numerology, symbology, charts, astrology, etc. What is symbology? I don't know what that is. I accept what's offered. Okay, cool. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vox. Happy birthday to you. Hear that scratchy? And many more. Kick out the front door and turn channel 4 and all the silly things we used to say in elementary school. I hope you're having an awesome birthday, dude. I wish I had a quiet birthday. I spent 10 hours at freaking work and got 5 buses in the last hour. And they all wanted Subway. They all did. It's like, so I had to stay 2.5 hours after. Like, we stayed until, I think we closed at 11 that night, and it was 1:30 in the morning when we got out of there. Yeah. Yep. We're usually out of there about like 30 minutes after, so that really sucked. That really, really sucked. But, hey, I got paid. My birthday was extremely uneventful, but extremely eventful at the same time. I was running around like a chicken, my head cut off all night long. But anyway, so I was looking at the charts and trying to figure some stuff out because, like, I've always said I'm a walking contradiction. Many other people have said, you contradict yourself too much, blah, 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 so I can't trust you. And I'm like, dude, I'm the most honorable, trustworthy person that I know. And it is totally okay that things contradict them. Because if you look at your charts, you're going to see contradictory things in your actual charts in each individual one. Now, when you put them together, you're definitely going to find some contradictory stuff. Like, holy crap. So, I'm an Aries sun, and we all know what an Aries does. We bust the door down. We get the action done. We handle that shit, right? And then my Leo rising, which is, very this. This is that. And, but then I have a Pisces stellium, and when I check it with the, it's 4 planets and 3 asteroids are in Pisces. And then, let's see what else. So it says all the way through there that I have integrity, authenticity, and I'm extremely, extremely psychic. It even talks in my human design, it specifically states that touch is my strongest sense, which is pretty right because, clairtangency was the first gift that I ever discovered that I had. Even though I did have clairaudience and my family had already discovered that, I didn't recognize it as that then because I was a little kid. But I knew that there was something to do when I touch objects. I would see visions in my head and all kinds of stuff. So I knew that I had that. I didn't know what the name of it was until very recently, like over the last couple of years, learned the name of it. But I did know, hey, Papa, I did know that, that was a thing that had something to do with my psychic abilities. I knew that it did long before I knew it had a name. And then in my numerology, Master Builder 22 is my life path. But then I have 7 11s and 11 7s in my chart. That's crazy. And there's a whole other 22 if you get really, really deep into the little stuff. Getting kids to bed, listening and texting. Okay. If you look at the very little stuff at the very, very back, and it's really, really hard to find these things, numerology charts, or how you doing, Papa? Numerology charts or readers that will do it for free to let you know the smaller numbers. But hey, Kaden. But they are out there, and sometimes you will have to pay for them. Thank you for the heart-on, sister. I love it. My sisters give me heart-ons because it's really, really hard to find the smaller numbers or the lesser things that are deeper in the chart. Most free numerology charts. Hey, be you here now. How are you? Hope you have a wonderful life. Thank you so much for the singing. It was awesome. Until next time. Why don't you stick around because I've got some. I'm not just talking about myself. I'm just using myself as an example because I want to encourage you guys to check out all your charts and to see where the anomalies and see where the interesting bits are, because if you put them all together, you will find your purpose. If you don't know what it is now, or if you haven't found it from one chart, you will find it when you look at all 3. But here's the funny thing. In my human design, I'm a projector, which means I have to wait to be invited. I can give you my wisdom and my knowledge all day long, but if you're not interested, or if you haven't invited me or asked me for it, it's going to go in one ear and out the other, essentially. So, which is funny because in my poetry, I've always said, they just might not be ready for your words. Hi, Tufik. I don't know how to say that. I don't know who you are. Are we friends? No, we are not. So, Tanya, if you don't mind doing what you do, take care of that little person right there. Dealing with my sister and her new boy toy. Which sister is it? Michelle? Is it Michelle? Hey, Sandra Reyes. How you doing, boo? It's been a while. But anyway, so my question was, wait, she has a new boy? Okay, I'm way out of the loop. What happened to her husband? While you answer that, I'm going to move on with what I was saying before I lose my place. As a projector, I'm supposed to wait to be invited. I'm an Aries. Aries don't wait for shit. Fucking ever. Ever. So right there is a huge contradiction in my charts. Like, how am I supposed to, I didn't know that. I had no idea. Tell her I'm sorry, but she's got a new boo thing. I'm proud of her and I'm happy for her. Why are you having to take care of her? Because I know Michelle. Is she listening to, or are they watching in live with you? That would be awesome. I hope she does see me up here. That'd be great. Because I would love for her to come up on the panel. That would be awesome. She's an old friend of mine from East Texas, and that's her sister. Papa is her sister. Anyway, so like, that's been one of the things that has been weighing on me. It's like, how in the hell am I supposed to be an Aries with all this fire and action-oriented energy and then wait to be invited? I am not the person that does that. I don't care for the guy because he what her? He he bullies her? Is that what you're trying to say? Belittles her? Either one of those? No, I don't like him either. Get the fuck rid of him. Like now. Put on your bitch face and get rid of this dude. Belittle, yeah. That's kind of what I figured. Yeah, no. If he's belittling her, he's going to ruin her self-esteem that she just barely got. So, no, get rid of this dude. If I was in East Texas, I'd be kicking his ass right now. Hey, Mike Lander, Saint. Anyway, so like, another thing that I had that's been plaguing me has been the master builder energy. Like, I'm a homeless person. How the fuck do I build anything? I'm not homeless anymore, but I was. I've always had an unstructured foundation. How am I supposed to be the foundation for everybody else? You know what I mean? Like that kind of, hey, coffee taster, welcome in, brother. So that kind of had me like, she has nowhere to go at the moment because her ex kicked her out. Oh, wow. Is she with you, Papa? Probably. Why don't you private message me all this? Because I'm sure she doesn't want her dirty laundry aired out on TikTok, because I do post my lives completely unedited on my YouTube channel. Although they cannot read the comments because the comments don't transfer to YouTube, they do still hear my responses. So let's go ahead and just nix that and just message me privately. And when the live's over, I'll reach out to you. But anyway, so I was sitting there thinking, like, how in the hell am I supposed to do all this? Well, then I had a shift a few weeks ago and it all started clicking. So I have a lot of questions for you guys. Have y'all looked at your charts? If so, what did you see? What was interpreted to you, or what did you interpret that made sense? And made sense to you, or scared you, or didn't make sense to you, or didn't feel right? Because even those things that didn't feel right to me eventually did. Like, I didn't understand the Master 22 at all. Totally. Hey, Brenda, come on in, come on up. Totally understood the 11s and the 7s, which are both very spiritual people, are very driven to study spirituality. But a master builder, what is that going to do? I can't do that. That was my whole thought process. So my question to you guys is, have you looked at your charts? If so, what did you see that scared you? What did you see? Thank you for the heart-on, sister. I love messages from me, heart-ons. Appreciate you, Brenda. What did y'all see that was an anomaly or interesting or different or rare? Did you see anything in there that confused you or scared you? I'm curious because I want to know that I wasn't alone in all this. You know what I mean? That's true. Bill's community. I know that's what you've all been telling me all this time, but I'm very literal because of the autism. So I was like, but I do that all the time. Everywhere I go, I build families. So like in my head, I couldn't get myself to the oil fields. Do I know them? Hey, Carlos. Hi, Carlos. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. But so anyway, Save, do you want to answer the question first? Because I'm super curious. If you've looked at your charts and if you've low key and if you found any interesting or anomalies or weird stuff like that or something that scared you or whatever.
Honestly, I when I was a teenager, I was always monitoring it, but I haven't looked at it in years. So, I've lost touch with all that kind of stuff.
Well, then you have homework, sir. Wait, I thought I did your numerology like a year ago or something, didn't I? I don't remember.
Yeah, we couldn't get into the app to,
Oh yeah, that's right. Because the internet was all crappy at that time. Because they had just put in that cell tower right next to that house that I was staying at. So that does make sense. Crap. Well, crap. Have we figured out your life path, though? Were you here for the life path?
Yeah, I'm a
What was your life path?
9.
Huh?
I'm life path 9.
9? Okay, that's great. My soul urge is a 9, and a 9 is the philanthropist. They want to leave the world in better shape than they found it. They want to improve the collective, not just their life. They want to improve the lives of the entire collective. 9 is a beautiful freaking number, man. If you got 9s in your charts, that's a revered number, man. It's right there next to the master numbers in numerology because it's the end of a cycle. So I do encourage you all to go check your charts out because, man, you're going to find some interesting stuff and you might learn something about yourself that you didn't know, or that it'll pinpoint exactly what it is that you need to heal or exactly what it is that you need to get over. Okay, Carlos, I hope you come in and come on up. We're talking about our charts and stuff like that and finding the interesting things. Hey, Adriana. Just having conversation about it just for fun. It may no telling where we're going to go with this conversation though. All right, Tanya, your turn. Have you looked at your charts recently or have you looked at your charts and what did you find?
I have not looked at them recently, but I have did them and went through them. And I was mostly shocked at like how spot on stuff is. To be honest with you, that I don't think there was anything that really was surprising to me. But yeah, I just mostly how spot on it was. It was like, wow, this is crazy weird, you know?
So I have questions now. What?
Oh,
well, what did you find crazy? Everyone, welcome Brenda and Des. Sorry. I kind of skipped over the hellos today. I'm so excited about this topic. So, all right, go ahead, Tanya. What was it that you found that was weird? I'm fixing to tell you, Des. Go ahead.
Not so much weird, just spot on for really how I feel about things, how I function, what I do, my tendencies. Like, you know, like for example, it said in there, like, beware of others like becoming overly dependent on you or vice versa. That's been a huge thing in my world. Like, oh my gosh.
This little monkey.
There's so many things, honestly. She's like, what is she
She
talking
loves
about?
you. Yeah, I know. She's like, why is she talking like that? She's just giving me. She's been so clingy the last couple of days. Real fast. Let me answer Des's question. So our well, thank you. It's the lighting is weird here, and Oklahoma is burning my eyeballs out. That's why they're all red like that. But thank you for the shares. Hey, Celestial. Yeah. So what we're discussing today, because I've kind of been obsessing over my charts again recently, which I do quite often. But I was noticing some things like how I finally stepped into master builder energy a little bit. I've stepped into some of the projector energy, but being an Aries and a projector, like how the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense. That's a contradiction. It doesn't make sense at all. So, like, that's what we're talking about is how much of our charts that we've looked into and what we found that was interesting, what we found that was scary, what we found that was unbelievable, or what we found that was different or different or rare or whatever, just anything that stood out to us, and any questions that we may have about it or answers that we may have about it. So it's just kind of a, hey, Tweety, it's just kind of a fun conversation about charts to start out with, and then we're going to just see where we go from there with it. I don't know. There was a limited on message you can send me on here. You can send on here. On the comments or my messenger. Pisces rising, Sag sun, and Leo moon. Huh. You hear that, Bear? That's where your psychic stuff comes from. Yeah. But that's what you found interesting about it, Tanya?
No, I was just telling you what it was. No, it was just spot on.
Oh.
Like, there's so many things in there.
Did you see all of your clairs in the chart? I just got drooled on in my mouth.
I haven't ever, really had somebody go through it with me. I was in line to do that with you at one point, and that flew away somewhere. In all the busyness.
Well, why don't we do that? Hi, Chris. We could do that after we get off the live if you want to, because, I don't have any plans. So, and I've been having a ball with it. Like, you know me, I can't accept one answer as the answer, so I'm going down every daggum website I can possibly find, asking Google if there's websites that combine charts, which there are, but you got to pay for them. And most of them don't include numerology. They'll just combine like human design and astrology, or like I Ching, and what is the thing called? Yeah, Des, go ahead.
What are you doing Thursday mornings? About 9 Central Standard Time. Thursdays.
Me? I'm asleep at that hour. I go to bed around 5 a.m. and get up around noon because I have to work. This Thursday I have to do extra prep, so I have to go in 2 hours early. Okay. That's my crap, baby.
What I'm going to start doing is on Thursdays, I'm basing my lives on astrology, describing astrology, reading charts, helping people recognize things in their own charts. And help, and doing chart readings. Finally, is going to step out, starting reading up people's charts. I do have several ways that I look at charts differently than most, because they're multifaceted. But like I was gonna say, if Thursday mornings, that's what I'm gonna dedicate Thursday mornings to. But I'm also willing to start doing a Zoom group for some like founding members. And where we get together, maybe just a week together, and that way we can teach each other and help teach others how to do it. But yeah, we can get behind the scenes on that. You have my number, and if anybody's interested in like that, like I said, I plan on starting at 9 o'clock. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a Taurus sun and my Gemini moon, and I'm never on time. So I'm usually there about 10, no later than 10 or 11. It's going to be Thursday mornings, is when I'm going to start doing this. But yeah, that's awesomeness. And this is the time to do it now, because these next few years, there's so many faceted pivoting points that can be taken. And if you can understand yourself and understand what's going on around you, you can make wiser choices through the growth that you've gained through life experiences. So, yeah. But yeah, my little piece on that.
She's absolutely right, everybody, because check it out, man. So, this is a little personal note, but the people that I was staying with before I got my place, Tanya, come back. My niece and nephew, they had a son that was severely deformed. Like, he wasn't supposed to, he's slowly fading. He wasn't supposed to make it past 2 years old. One of the gifts that I have being clairtangency, which is the gift of touch. I always, the first thing that connects in my, what are you doing? The first thing that connects in my mind is they're unalive. And so I knew that he wasn't going to make it past 13. And he passed a week ago. And his funeral was Saturday. And I didn't find out about it until Friday because my niece is toxic and she goes crazy off on people. And then you just have to wait for her to forget about it before she lets you come back in, right? So that's what I was doing. I was just letting it go and stepping back and being like, it's fine. I'll just wait until she comes around on her own, and I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to walk away and let them be until she chills out, which is the best move with her, you know? And anyway, so a younger niece, which was the way that these people are my niece and nephews, his mom was my best friend, and she passed away 6 months before my dad did. Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty much kicked almost all of his family out of his life, even his own kids, the older ones, the ones that she didn't birth. But anyways, Xander was their oldest child, and he like I said, he was born severely deformed. Like, his face was all mangled, his arms and legs were both like this. He was in a chair or a bed pretty much all the time. He had no quality of life. He couldn't speak. He had to eat through a feeding tube. His eyes were basically blind because one was like this and the other one was barely open. His nostrils were like, one was really, really huge and a big old cleft palate thing kind of going on. And then the other one was really small. So like this side of his face was like really wide and open. So he couldn't go outside in Oklahoma in this wind because he would have freaking drowned in the snot and stuff. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that is sad. That's kind of the way it is with my nephew. Like, he's almost all the families stopped talking to him because of her. But it is what it is, and that has nothing to do with me. Hey, Michael Nathan, I'm just trying to let my vibe do what my vibe does, which is inspire other people to want to heal themselves or to want to find their happiness. Unfortunately, it backfired. It did not go the way that I was hoping it would. In fact, they were every day tearing down on me. Like, how could you? Oh, it's all good. Hey, don't say that in TikTok because they'll kick you off, though, Michael. Okay. So we don't say the driving because you're not doing that at all. You might be in a passenger seat maybe, but you're not. All right. You're not. But anyway,
On a magic carpet ride.
that's right. So anyway, they kept yelling and screaming, I don't know why you're loving everybody or why you're trying to change the world. This place is toxic. This place is falling apart. It's nasty and just go downhill. That's basically their attitude on things. And so I would just autistically shut down and just not say anything else until I could get to my room and just be in there and ignore. And that's how I was dealing with that the whole time I was there, because it was just so much toxicity. And as an energy conduit, I felt every single bit of it, whether it was directed towards me or not. And because they are both of them point finger at everybody else for their own problems, which we've all been there. We've all been there. We've all done that. They were blaming me for everything that was going on in their lives at that point and after, even though it was already going on before I got there. And so here's my concern. Because I am the only witch that they really know, they call me witchy woo and, or witchy poo, sorry. And I just have this feeling that she's going to twist her little head up one day and be like, it's her fault. She must have cursed him. Blah, blah, blah. I would never do that, for one. Especially not that baby. I loved that baby. I touched him every chance I got. I would talk to him and let him know I was there because he couldn't see me. And he could say auntie. That was a word that he could say. He'd go, hey, auntie. It was so sweet. Thank you. But I had forgotten. And all of the trauma that I've experienced over the last couple of years and all the shit that I've been seeing and witnessing and in the family and whatnot, I had forgotten that he was going to pass it at 13. So when my baby niece, I call her baby niece, she's grown, has 2 kids now, but when she showed up at my store where I work and told me that he had passed, that was the first thing I thought. Oh shit, I did know that. And because that was the first thing she asked me, was like, how come you didn't know? And I said, I did. I just forgot. And in fact, I remember telling you all like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago when y'all asked me, I told y'all. So, she tells her kids not to talk to me because I was oh man. I'm reading my life path and it's spot on. What is, oh, the 9? Yeah, it is spot on for your personality even too. But yeah, so like looking at all my charts, I was seeing that. One of the things that I noticed is my Lilith, my Black Moon Lilith or whatever, it's Leo. And in there it says, or one of the readings that I got on it said that I'm always going to be psychic and I'm always going to have the right answer, but nobody's going to believe me until it's too late. And, or I'm going to be not martyred, but strung up basically, socially. So I'm going to, God damn, what's the word I'm looking for? Anybody? The
Shunned, basically, kind of shunned because of your gifts.
Shun.
I mean,
Thank you.
if you think about it, that's historically patterned. It's historically patterned, and
Yeah.
but if you think of it that way, is we learn from the past to utilize the gifts and the knowledge that we already know and mastered, to know how to utilize it in a way in these times where we don't become the outcasted.
It's one of our integrating things that we have to do, those of us that are basically the outcasts in our families and in our towns and in our schools and whatever, is one of the things that we have to integrate is getting beyond the label that others have placed on us. Just like we have to rewire our mindsets. In my case, it was you should unalive yourself. The world would be better off without you. You're never going to be good enough, or you're always going to be too much. Those were the things that everybody always told me. How shitty is that to grow up hearing that? By the way, you should unalive yourself. The world would be better off without you. It's a horrible thing to hear. That's a horrible thing to have programmed in your head, and it took a lot of focus and practice to get rid of it. It does still come up every now and again too. Like if I have a bad day, I'll hear it in my head. The world would be better off without you. No, it wouldn't. The world needs me. It says so in my charts. And like, I would have never in a million years believed that I was going to be a world change maker at all if I hadn't studied my charts. So like when I was searching for my purpose a couple of years ago, so I really recommend that everybody does it. All right, Brenda, I'm going to come to you next, and then I'm going to come to Des because I know Des knows her shit. Brenda, have you looked at your charts recently? Or have you looked at your charts ever?
I know my life path number.
Numerology, human design, astrology? Huh?
I know my life path number is
What'd you say?
6. It's number 6.
Yeah, the nurturer. That's the nurturer.
And
that's the nurturer. It's because it looks like a pregnant woman.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And one thing I do think is, first of all, I believe Zodiac is old. That's an old way of charting. I think it's the original. And I think if a person is really good at reading their charts and stuff like that, it basically, it's your life path. It's all predestined. It's just a matter of you sticking to it and following it. But myself personally, I enjoy learning about my Aries. Because with Aries, we trust our intuition 100%. And we're very hardly ever wrong. And I'm going to tell you something, like numerology is something I always wanted to get into, but it's not something that I know. I'm going to be honest, other than I know I'm a 6. That's about it. But I like Aries. Aries is, I'm going to be honest, that sign probably is what saved me. And probably what saved you too. I'm going to be honest. And we're born under a certain sign for a certain reason, you guys. And you know something, what I've been feeling lately, Peace? And I know this is off topic. But you know how they say there's different realms, okay? And I believe that. I believe we exist in more than one realm. We exist in a lot of them. But I tell you one thing what I feel right now, I find those are collapsing. And I think they have to collapse for a reason. Because I think they're going to collapse so we can become one with ourselves. That's
Can
what I
I
feel.
throw something out there to you?
Yes.
I know that this is going to be, it's going to sound weird. We don't have to connect to the one consciousness. We don't have to connect to being one. We already are. The thing that we have to do is remember it. It's not connected, it's remember it. It's not, just deprogramming yourself or deconditioning yourself. It is finding your sovereignty, finding your authenticity, standing on your own ground and saying, no, this is me and I'm not going to do what you want me to do and I'm not going to be who you told me to be. That's part of all of our individual journeys, because we've all known, even me who's fought for my authenticity my entire life, I still know that I had a little bit of that stuff in my head. Welcome in, is it Maz Keen? Maz Keen? That's a cool name though. So I knew that I was still being programmed, even though I was fighting against it and I was aware of it. I still was being programmed. I wasn't aware of which things were programs and which were my original thought. And for a long time, I thought that the not good enough and unalive yourself thoughts were my original thoughts. And they were never my original thoughts. And that, God, when I found that out, talk about a weight lifted off of me. Verlin G is a long-time watcher and rising star in your life. Welcome in, Verlin G. I don't even know if we know each other, so I guess we do. Have you changed your name or something? That's probable. I like how you worded that about collapsing. The thing about the collapse thing, though, is I do see into multiple timelines. I can see into the realms and whatnot. They're not collapsing. They are integrating. So collapse would be like a destruction, but this instead is all of the things that we have separated. All of the things. Hey, stop, bro! I'm about go somewhere with yourself, teenager. Do what?
I might say the word collapsing. But do you know what would
Well,
happen in that situation? If we are existing in other realms at the same time as what we're doing now, and they dissolve it, whatever you want to call it, there's no way we cannot become one. But if we
We're
become
already
one,
one, Brenda. We're already one.
I don't feel it. Not yet.
It's okay. You will. Welcome in, Welsh Wizard. You will. You will. When it's time for you to. See, here's the beauty of looking at your charts. Everybody's always talking about the Akashic Records, right? Here's another little trick that you're going to get from your chart. All of your charts. Not just the one. Not just your astrology, numerology, human design. And then there's a whole bunch of little subgenre stuff like your personality test. Welcome in, Welsh Wizard, and your what was the other one? The I Ching or whatever it's called. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Those are not as necessary to look at, but they do add extra insight. But if you look in there and if you really study them and you teach yourself, most of the websites that I go to are free. Yes, there is a paid version, and yes, you can get more information. Thank you very much, Desiree. You can get more information if you pay for it, but you get enough from the free stuff that you don't need to do that. And if you keep going to different websites and getting everybody's information, eventually you're going to have all of the answers, all of the pieces of the puzzle right in front of you about you. And then you will know what it was that was in there that was programmed. Chill boy, I don't know. Do I know you?
Yeah, good evening from here.
Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria, but I live in Ghana.
Okay. And did you understand the conversation that we're having?
Sorry, maybe I am looking for a date. I'm looking for a serious woman to mingle
Goodbye.
with.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Anyway, Happens to me all the time. It's fucking
Are
gross.
you
It's weird.
serious?
All
They
the
like
time.
they
It's weird.
like. Okay. Ooh. I still have some work in me that I got to do. But very well done, Shelley.
It's okay.
Whew.
I felt that Mama Bear energy coming up, maybe, and I appreciate it. To be honest with you, I appreciate that about you. But yeah, so like it was through my charts that I found the fact that those thoughts weren't mine. That those were. Do you mind if I stay? I understand, Welsh Wizard. Well, why would I kick you out? Okay, I don't care who's here. Fourth generation medium, over 45 years of working with spirit, tarot, and oracle reading available live at 21:30 p.m. UK. Why don't you come up? I followed you now, so yes, we invite all to say. The reason that I was letting him go is because I felt his energy before his mouth opened. And I knew what was about to come out of his mouth. That's why I said what I said. That's why my energy changed and I handled that. I will tell you, though, that we do observe the one mic at a time rule. I even mute myself, and that's why everybody's learned how to read my lips, because if somebody else is talking, we all have ADHD or autism or some kind of neurodivergency. We squirrel the fuck off way easily. So, sorry?
Yeah, it just comes with the gifts, and that's the way it is.
Amen to that. Amen to that all day. All day, man.
And
Yeah,
good
it's all
evening to
shit.
everybody. Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but good evening to everybody, and much love, okay, and blessings, and thank you for inviting me up.
You're welcome. I am going to go to Desiree next, and so if you don't mind muting, but after Desiree, I'm going to come to you because I'm gonna have the same question for everybody in my panel.
Okay.
Today, our conversation is about looking at our charts, our human design chart, our numerology chart, and our birth chart. Welcome back, Tweety. Where'd you go? Did you scroll out? But anyway, so and finding the anomalies or the rarities or the interesting bits or things that maybe, like in my case with that one little tiny example where I didn't know that those unaliving thoughts or that those feelings of worthlessness were programmed. I thought that, hey, Michelle, I thought that they were my original thought for a long time until I got into reading my charts. But it wasn't just enough for me to let like Desiree or Brenda tell me what my chart said. I needed to learn how to read it myself so that I could get my own interpretation from it, because they can read it all day long. But unless they are actually living in this vessel, they are not going to have the same thought processes or feelings or emotions or experiences or perceptions or perspectives as the person, as the querent, for instance. And in this case would be me. So like, even though they both know me pretty well, they still wouldn't be able to tell me how I think properly or how I feel properly, because all they're going to get is what the energies or what the planets or their own interpretation of the numbers or whatever it would be. So that's why I'm doing this, because I've kind of been obsessing over my charts again, and I've found some very interesting shit in there that I didn't see before. And it got me to thinking, who in the team has done this or who hasn't, you know what I mean? You want to help others read their own. Yes, me too. Totally dead. But I know Michelle's what's up. So Brenda, if you don't mind, Welsh Wizard, mute up for just a minute, and then after that, we're gonna come to you, okay? But Brenda, I want to ask you a question. Do you remember any of the other placements in your birth chart besides your Aries sun? Oh, by the way, is it your birthday soon? Isn't it the 12th or 14th?
Just never mind about that one. Hey, don't forget, we're on Desiree right now. We gotta.
No, I wasn't finished with you. I gotta ask you. All
I'm
you
okay,
said
yeah,
was
I'm
the
okay.
Aries safety.
You're correct. I'm on the 13th.
Okay.
You got a
What
good
is
memory,
today?
little one. Today's the 7th.
I got it right on either
my
side of it.
birthday's
I do not have a good memory. At the fuck on. At the fuck on. But no, I have a question. Do you remember any other placements besides your Aries sign? Do you remember like your moon sign or your rising, or if you had like
none of
a
that.
stellium or
All
anything
I
like
know,
that?
I'm an Aries.
Huh?
That's all. I only know I'm an Aries. That's all I know. And
All
on
you
my
know is
life path
Aries
number 6.
and life path
And number
6.
6. And I don't
All right.
know what the 6 mean or anything like that.
Well, the 6 is the nurturer. It looks like a pregnant woman. So the 6 is going to nurture an environment or a home or a family or themselves or a job or a project. You know what I mean? They're the nurturer. And the 33, which is the master number of that, because 3 plus 3 equals 6. If you get a 33, that's like the master nurturer. And Desiree, aren't you a life path 33? Ooh, I do have good memory.
I was born a life path 3, but after my NDE, that day made me a 33.
How?
Okay, so in
Yep, okay.
theory, it's a theory thing. Like those who have had those transitional life NDEs, we all know what I'm saying when I'm saying that, right? Um, when you were like those who were clinically like, no longer here, but you like come back. Yeah, there you go. Um, there are a group of people who are studying people that have had these life experiences, and when they have these experiences, you enter a new life path. So you take that day of that coming back like a rebirth. So it's like yeah. Go ahead, Shelley. Yeah,
No. I
you're not
get
going to
that
hear it from
because,
many
like,
people. You're not going to hear that from many people.
no. I totally get that thought process completely. I totally get it because, I have a, it's not an NDE. I have NDEs, but I don't consider them NDEs because doesn't matter. Um, but my family used to, celebrate my adopted day instead of my birthday, which I think was June 12th, if I remember right, or 16th. I don't remember. We haven't done this since I was a little bitty kid, but that was the thing that they did. They celebrated the Got You Day instead of the birthday, and that kind of made sense. But it confused me when I was old enough to understand what the fuck was going on. Then I was like, oh, what? Why do I have 2 birthdays? Like nobody else has 2 birthdays. Why do I have 2 birthdays? But that kind of makes sense. So, and also having in numerology, you have to use your birth name, but my birth name is completely different than my adopted name. But I've done the numerology on both, and both of them have an oddly, strangely, intensely large amount of master numbers in them. Shelley does have, in fact, the Shelley name has 33 in it somewhere. I can't remember. I think it's first name or the middle name. I can't remember which. Adds up to 33, but then that's the only 33 in either one of my charts. But back to you, Des. I want to know, like, of all your charts, I have a specific question. Was there anything in there that scared you, or that you found odd, or made you feel rare or different, or excited or whatever? Just share with me that. I'm super curious because I already know who you're gonna be and who you're becoming and who you are. So
Okay, so I am a Taurus sun, Gemini moon, and a Gemini Mercury. Now, most Taurus suns have a Taurus Mercury, um, except the way mine fell out. And then I'm a 0 degree Mercury. And just a second. Gemini is Mercury is like the house of Gemini, so it loves being in Gemini. It's and I've always known that these 0 degrees, I have 2 placements. My Mercury and my Jupiter both are in 0 degrees, and I always knew that meant something. But I wasn't like until I started learning astrology, I didn't understand at first that with it, my Mercury being in Gemini, that meant that is a powerhouse. That like is a powerhouse. That's my thought process. At 0 degrees, what that made me understand the concept when I explain to people when I'm channeling or when I'm trying to just pull information on the spot, I tend to stutter or remix words because I'm struggling to pull the exact thing what I want because it's like a Rolodex of thoughts. Well, imagine like 2 or 3 of those at the same time or more sometimes, depending on the topic and how much I've studied. And that's a Mercury trait. But with that being tied in with my 0 degree in Jupiter, because your Mercury is if you have like a lower mind and a higher mind, your Neptune is the higher mind, but the Jupiter is is a powerhouse as well. Um, So I knew something about those two placements with those both being in 0 degrees that was unique. And in the degree, because my Jupiter is 0 degree Virgo. So it's a very organized, yes. I have 0 degree
Hang on,
Jupiter
you have two
Virgo.
0 degree placements?
Yes,
Huh? That's awesome.
yes,
But I need to, the thing that I had to write down, I was looking for my freaking notebook because you said my daughter's a Taurus sun as well. She
mhm.
shares a birthday with Alien T actually. You had said earlier Taurus suns usually have Taurus Mercuries. Why can
Yes.
I not say that word?
There's a
Like,
pattern, and I'm not going to get too into it because in order to really fully understand it, you'd have to go through the whole zodiac wheel. But there's a pattern things fall in when you, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere versus the southern hemisphere. So a Taurus sun typically has, depending on the degrees and where it places, it's going to be in Taurus. Um, However, like I said, the way mine sits, it puts it in Gemini, which I knew that was an oddball in the first place. I was unaware that the 0 degrees really meant much, but I just knew that my moon and my Mercury matching was an oddball. But Gemini is also very airy, but it's also the masculine and feminine in one.
I have a question, Des. Isn't
Hmm.
Gemini the communicator of the
Yes, the
zodiac? Is
communicator. Yes,
so
they're
so does that
communicator,
mean it's in?
curious.
So
Hmm.
is it exalted when it's in
Yes, it
Mercury?
is. It is. It is. Exactly. Yes, ma'am. Yep, it is. Um, but then when I got to looking in it, is I have my Pluto is in Libra, but it's also in my first house. And your first house is like the sun house. And so my Pluto's in Libra in my first house, and then my sun is in Taurus. Now we all know Venus created Libra and Taurus, the beauty and the stability and the balance, all those things with those two. So I got to looking like I knew those were interesting places as well, but then we get into the houses. That's where people recognize those who recognize the clair abilities in charts. They realized I'm a sign, like a symbol person, that some
My
confirm that my chart
my
says I
Pluto's in
should
Libra
speak
too.
light language. And it's like, oh yeah, I do. Yes. I can't hear you now. Yes, yeah. Yeah, so that was like a confirmation, like if anybody questions, like, nope, it's in their chart. But yeah, so that slow your brain down. Um, but that was one of those things that I really had to learn about the self.
I'm over here laughing because I'm like, yes, me too. Slow your brain down because I'm getting excited.
I love this topic, I really do.
I do too. I'm fascinated by it. I've been freaking. I should have called you up. I don't even know if I still have your number though, because like my phone took a nosedive into a bucket of water when I was cleaning the walls of this house,
Hmm.
and so I finally had to turn
Do
on
you
the
still
flip
have the same
phone.
number? I think I
Yes,
sent you a message, but I'll resend it just in case.
I mean you. Oh, I have some messages. Oh no, that's from somebody else. Um, I don't even have my phone on Do Not Disturb. Damn it! I just realized that. Sorry, but I have a Pluto in Libra too, man. That's actually the only air sign that I have in my entire chart. I have Libra or Pluto, sorry, in Libra. Pluto in Libra too. And I can't remember what Pluto is for. That'd be a good thing. Thank you for the follow, Welsh. That would be a good thing to run down after we make this round. Uh, is because I was starting to write it down so that I could have notes for this because I think I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks talking about these things because I do want to encourage everybody to check out your charts, man. Really, really dive into them. Just about every free site on Google that you could go to find any of these free readings or free charts, they almost all also have learning tools or articles or something to teach you about the houses, the planets, the aspects, the all that stuff. So and some of them use really big words and I can't understand, and others are very easy to understand. So like You know, it just depends on what your level of vocabulary is. Mine used to be really great, but now it sucks. I've been in the South too long, I think. Oh, yeah, I was born here. Fuck. Can't use that as an excuse. Growing pains of rebirth? Well, shit. Also, all right. Anyway, what else you got in there, Des? Because what about in
What
your...
what what I wanted to
Have you...
say was I wanted to make sure I wanted to verify because I still have to look at my notes sometimes to make sure that I'm making still remember things. Okay, so Mercury is ruled by Gemini and Virgo. Okay, and Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. Okay, now remember I told you my Mercury is in Gemini, my Jupiter is in Virgo, so they run together. And now Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of philosophy, fortune, and it describes where you seek growth and meaning. So, like there's nothing in my life that can be like stale or stagnant or let me put it like this. The best turn on for me is teaching me something that I don't know or working with me. Like yeah, seriously. Like I'm the type that really fully understands the term braingasm. And it's because of the placements there, right? Um, and one of the things about astrology that I love, I find it important to say is your birth chart is a snapshot of all your default settings. You go through transitions, you go through phases. Each planet tells you your phases, right? That natal chart, like I said, it tells you your default settings, how you handle things, how when certain things come, what weather could give you could be more influential for, say, getting into something that means good or getting into something that means harm. There's a difference there. Now there's some things that are just kind of like not much we can do about it. But once you become aware of how to work with the weather, of what the planet, because the planets, all they're energetic. They're connected to our energetic field of this solar system, and they all do, like, if you think about it, above, below, that's the macrocosm, we're the micro. What's above, so below, so it affects things, right? So when you learn your birth chart, you have to learn more than just your sun sign, right? Because the sun okay, the sun is your ego, your identity, your core vitality, how people see you or how you present yourself to others in every day, okay? It shows you where you shine and where you feel confident. The moon governs your emotional world. We're going to make this short and quick, Desiree. Mercury represents your communication, logic, learning. Mercury is communication, as I said that, Venus of values. Mars is action, drive, passion. Like it's Jupiter's expansion, philosophy, fortune. Saturn's with time, structure, responsibility. Uranus is rebellion, innovation, how you handle changes. Neptune, it represents dreams, spirituality, illusion, the higher mind. And Pluto is the powerhouse. It's the transformation, power in the underworld, right? So once you know how you function through all those planets when they start transitioning, you understand how they affect the body, your nervous system. You learn how to regulate the nervous system when it has been trained to be dysregulated because of however we were trained, how we were indoctrinated. Everybody's been indoctrinated in some way. And when you learn to live for the self as your authentic self, as who you were meant to be, you are able to walk through these. And that's what I'm telling y'all can't really truly know yourself until you understand the blueprint. And that's what your natal chart, those are your defaults, Those transitions tell you how things, what age, they can tell you the age you're going to go through down to the date and how good you're at it. Like, seriously. And that's one of the things that I want to help people do is learn how to read their own charts. And I will provide services that, to like guide others and how to do that. But my ultimate goal is to teach others how to learn it on their own. Maybe not read it for everybody, but just know how to read it enough to make wiser choices, healthier choices. Those
I'm
that are
so
from
super
the regulated versus the dysregulation.
I'm so super glad that you said that too, because that's where I was getting at when I was telling you all about my nephew passing. I had a little spidey sense go off in the back of my head. It was like, the universe is not giving you somebody to cover your shift, even for an hour or two, so you can go to the funeral. Maybe we should look at the planets and see what they say, because maybe this is not lining up on purpose. So I did, and the planet straight up told me not to go. Like, literally, like, Des is right. When you learn how to read your charts, and I did all this stuff on my own, just from like exploration on the internet, from this stupid little nightmare box that I'm now talking to you on. I had it in my hand. I have neck pain now from the last 3 years of like this all the time, because I'm just reading and scrolling and going from one website to another and filling out one chart or one personality test or one thing over and over and over and over again, and really refining it and trying to find out who I really am, which ones of my thoughts were mine and which ones of my thoughts were conditioning, which parts of my personality was mine, which parts of my personality is conditioning. And it has helped me immensely. Obviously, it's helped Des as well. They really can. Even your numerology charts, your human design charts, and your birth charts, your astrological birth charts, when you compare them and you really dive into them and get as much information about them as possible, you will see things about yourself that maybe you were not clear on before, or maybe others have said to you, or maybe they ignored, or maybe they accepted, or maybe it's something about you that maybe you don't want to do. There is one website I'd really like to recommend it to people. I don't know if TikTok allows that, so I don't want to get kicked off. But if you do want to know the website, reach out to me. But this one is the free version of just their natal chart. Ow, claws. The free version of just their natal chart is so in depth. I mean, you can even turn on your make, Midhaven, all the asteroids, Vespa, Phallus, all that. I haven't finished writing all my stuff down, but this is as much of my numerology chart as possible. And then I have about 3 or 4 lines on another page in another book, because I had it they were next to each other on the coffee table and I didn't feel like flipping it. And then this is all my planets and their positions and all the asteroids and stuff too. I even put the little symbols there. And this is all because one of the ways that I learn is by writing. Hey, Angel. Hey, Gracie. One of the ways that I learn is if I write it, I'm more likely to retain it. And since I have the brain damaging, I understand my limits. So because of my charts as well, they also told me about the neurological disorder. They also told me about the forgetfulness later in my life. Yes, bring her up. They also told me all that stuff too. Like, these charts, this is the reason why we should be studying them. Come on up, man. Somebody pull Angel up. All right. Thank you for the hard-ons, sister. I love my sisters give me hard-ons. Desiree, you are brilliant and so smart, and please hang out, because we're going to come around and do this again. We're going to do another round, and I've gotten more questions for round 2. All right, Welsh Wizard. So you said that you understand this stuff, and that you're into this same kind of thing, and you're new here, and I'm okay with that, because my vibe brings in exactly who needs to be here. And I don't let people up on my panel that I don't know unless I feel a vibe that I feel comfortable with. So I felt that in the comments before I ever heard your voice. I'm sure several other of the psychics in the room did as well, or else you wouldn't be here, because they brought you up. So, and I trust my team. Like, I'm surrounded, 4 out of 5 people on this panel right now are moderators of mine. So I know that I trust my team. You know, the only reason Des isn't is because we hardly ever get a chance to go to each other's lives because we're usually live around the same time. I also have the same problem with Yes You Are. I can never get to his lives because we're always live at the same time, and I freaking love his lives. He's amazing. Y'all should go check him out if you haven't seen him yet. Desiree's lives are amazing too. Dude, she did some badass fucking tarot readings on me a couple times. I'm still reeling over those. I'm still thinking about them freaking nonstop in the back of my head in a loop because they were dead on. You and Valcorin, man, y'all are brilliant. All right, singing Nell's praises. Little, what do they call that? Advertisement? Promotion. There we go. Promotion.
Thank you,
Okay.
love.
Welsh Wizard. Sorry, go ahead, Des. Go ahead. 504 Chevy.
I was just saying thank
Welcome
you.
in.
I was just saying thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. No thanks needed because I just state the facts. I'm a truth teller and a truth seeker and a truth speaker. So when I hear the truth and I recognize that as truth, I'm going to share that truth. So no thanks are needed. It's just the way it is. Hi, Chi-Town. Where have you been? Where the fuck have you been? Guess what you're just in time for? You're in time for a fantastic live, baby doll. We were talking about the numerology natal chart, our astrological natal chart, and the human design chart, and studying them all and learning about yourself and all that other kind of stuff. I'm having a fascinating time having this conversation so far, so I hope you stick around. Hi, Ren. Can I read your fortune? It's not how I do things, but I can do a lot of things, and many of us in here can, but I don't do that live, and I don't do that on TikTok. Those are private that you have to do. I'd only do private readings with people, even when they read me usually. So it's rare that I do readings on TikTok, but tarot isn't for fortunes. Tarot is for the present moment. Mostly. It can be about fortune, it can be about the past, but it's really about the present moment. It's really about connecting to the divine around you and in you. All right, Welsh Wizard. So my question is, you've studied your charts, right? What kind of interesting things did you find in it, or what in your charts kind of frightened you or excited you, or where you had emotional responses to the things that you were learning about yourself through those charts? Would you mind sharing those with us? Oops, I was trying to mute myself. Ding dong, Welsh Wizard. Hello. Did he go night night? It's pretty late in the UK. They're five or 6 hours ahead of me. He could be passed out. That may be my fault. I should have thought about that, you know. Where's Shazam? She said she was going to be here too. Because she's in the same time zone. 8:18. Okay. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It's only 2 a.m. there. Buck up, man. It's 2 a.m. We do that all the time. All right. He's probably passed out. All right. Well, if he wakes up, because that's what I'm feeling. Oh, there he is. Hi. You woke up. All right. You're on the big screen since you put your camera on. But did you hear my question? You can unmute now. Can you? Do you need to? Here, let me try it now. All right, now try it. Okay, there it goes.
Sorry, Flower.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing, everybody? Good morning, or good evening, or good whatever we are, or whatever. No, right. I'm very new to the galaxy signatures, astrological charts. I'm new to all this, right? But I can connect very well, okay? And I've been connected very well for most of my life. I've been indigo child, but I left school very early. I didn't have a chance to study because of all what I went through, to be honest. Yeah. So I've just started digging in to a little bit of astrology because I'm starting to be a little bit more nosier than I've ever been in my life, to be honest. And I do exactly the same as you. I write as I'm learning. I can't do it any other way, unfortunately. And I've just been looking at my galactic signature, which I found quite interesting, to be honest. I don't know if I've opened the right door first, but I've opened one.
Yes, we all speak light language in here, and we used to do it on Sunday nights whenever I had a freer schedule and could host them. Hey, Smelling-Tide, come on in. So yes, you are in the right door. You're in the right room. You're safe. Hey guys, I got 2 hard-ons at once, Azrael and Smelling-Tide. Thank you very much for the hard-ons, brother and sister. I love it very much. Sorry, I'm a weirdo. Anyway, Welsh Wizard.
Well, we all go weird
Uh,
when we get on the fish tank.
do what?
I
Oh,
said
we
we
wear
all
weird
get
like a
weird
crown
when
in
we
here.
get on the fish tank. Yeah, no.
So, so you're just now learning about the astrology and the human design and the numerology. Have you looked at the starseed signatures in each of those? Because they're
Not
there
yet.
as well.
Not
You
yet.
have?
I am.
Not yet. You should. I was teaching
No, no.
classes on starseeds and stuff for a while. Hi, Bear.
Yeah, no. I know where I'm kind of am in my. I know where I am. Realistically, I've been elevated for many years. They didn't put the knowledge into me, but they put all the gifts into me. Okay, so when people talk about all the clear gifts, well, they gave me the gifts at the very young age, the 8 of them, and they give them to me hard. That's why I've gone into the astrology side of it a little bit to kind of work out, well, who am I then? Okay, and that's what I really wanted to dig into. Even though we all know we're just energy and of frequencies. That's what we are. We know, we move from one body to another. From the soul moves. I don't care what anybody says. I know that side of the knowledge, but actually finding out my blueprint, which has been very extremely interesting because it come back as a red electric serpent. And when I read into it, I was so wow, because of the reflection of what it actually done to me was quite amazing, because I have a white dog. I have a red serpent in a tank over there. The eagle is my favorite bird, and the sun, I thrive from it. And it was like, what's going on here? And interlinking them all. The only one thing that threw me out was the understanding of a blue eagle. Because, so I looked into it. And as I look in more into it and more into it, and the understanding is truly relevant to what I'm actually going through. And I would love to DM you to find out all these little places, because I haven't quite finished this little chapter yet. But I'm on about 6 different paths at the moment, to be honest, because I'm
I,
doing the meditation, the breath work, the light language, the clairvoyance. It's like we do with our ADHD and everything else going around in our minds, because it's never, we creative. We've got to have more, or we just go flat. It's as simple as that. And I'm the
you're
same. I go
totally in the right
flat. I
spot.
need input.
Sorry.
You know? So yeah, no, I'm not as knowledgeable as you girls about this, to be honest, you ladies even, sorry. But powerful is another matter, isn't it? And I may not have the knowledge yet, but I think I've got all the other bits, and I'm so interested. The energy on the screen is amazing. So I wouldn't have come in otherwise, because I would have felt it. And I'm honored, and I'm thank you for letting me join. And I'm going to listen more, because I'm getting knowledge, and I'm glad you let me come up and share my minimalistic thoughts and my knowledge. But we're all learning, aren't we?
There's no minimal and there's no maximum.
No, but we're all
Okay.
learning. There's so much, isn't there? There's just so
There's
much.
we're all still learning. We're all in this together,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And
It's
we
just
follow the vibration and the frequency of which we are on, because birds of a feather tend to flock together. And so, like, that's what you're feeling. It's not just my energy. You're feeling all of these people's energies. And they're also pretty badass and strong energies. Each one of these people in this room have a very unique and incredible ability amongst the many that they have. And, but, and that's the kind of vibe that I think I've been attracting here lately, is those types of people, especially when I come on here and start doing lives like this, where we speak openly about these things, because like we don't all know all of our stuff. I'm still learning astrology. I've been dragging my feet on that for a long time. Hi, NDT. But numerology I've had down for 25 years. And human design I only barely heard of like a year and a half ago, I think. When is it Sage of the Ages that does it? That does that?
Yes, Sage
Okay.
of the Ages.
A Sage of the Ages. Okay. Well, I know that there's Sage of the Ages, and then the other name is a Sage by Sage. So I get them two confused, but I do know their faces. I know that they're different people, and I feel their energies differently, but their names, my brain dyslexic sit. Is that a word? All right. Well, I hope that you'll stick around and stay for round 2, because we are going to go for another round. I'm going to go down to Angel and then to Azrael, and we're going to start back up at Saved, because I have a second round of questions on this. And it does not matter your level of knowledge, just so that everybody knows when I ask you these questions. I'm not trying to gain your knowledge. I'm not trying to share mine even. I actually encourage everyone to do their own research. Like Desiree, she's encouraging everyone to want to learn it themselves, because it's important. It's important for us to teach each other skills. It's important for us. They're cooking and listening. She's always cooking dinner whenever she's in my life, and it makes me hungry every single time. Every single time I start smelling it, I'm like,
oh no,
don't
do it.
Shut up there. I see. I see.
I love the food.
That's one of the fun things too about being like connected to everybody and remembering the one consciousness, not connecting to it, but remembering it and remembering your abilities and all those things and honing them, is that you can just like smell your friend cooking dinner while they're sitting in your life, or know that your other friend is in the car out in their driveway because they didn't want the family to be hearing this because the family's not as awake as they are, that kind of thing. Like, or when they're driving down the road and they're pretending like they're not as real. I said it like as real. Like I scolded you. Did you hear what I said, As? It was funny. Oh, you don't have to ask, Yeah, exactly. You don't have to ask. Like when we ask each other how we're doing, it's more of a
confirmation for other people to hear. Because we know.
Yes. It's more of a confirmation. Or I mean, who was it? Toddy B, y'all. One night, this is a year ago when I was maybe-ish. It's last winter sometime. But wait. When was it? Okay. Back when Vinny and Cat and Billy were coming to my room a lot. I don't know who all remembers them. Probably Azrael, maybe Saved, maybe Brenda. Anyway, they back then, so it's like a year-ish ago. So what was I saying? Shit. Oh, Toddy called me and she said, "Were you drinking root beer yesterday?" I'm like, yes, I bought a 12-pack. She goes, "Yeah, I was thinking about you, and my mouth just started tasting like root beer." And I was like, "Yeah, that's Claire Gustins, man. That's Claire Gustins. That's how that. I mean, it's one of the ways that works." The cool thing about this, though, is, hey, Candace. The cool thing about this, though, is that whenever we're doing all these things, we're also sharing our. Oh, that's cute. Thanks, Brenda. Oh, look at that rock star shit. I like it. That's adorable. But that's one of the things that's cool about whenever you do start remembering all this shit or start connected to it or whatever you want to call it. Then you could just be like thinking about somebody, and all of a sudden you got a sensation or a taste or smell or whatever, and then you know exactly what they're doing. You can like see and hear everything about it, because we are already one consciousness. It's not connecting to one consciousness. We are already one consciousness. We just got programmed and forgot. We were programmed to forget.
We're all a frequency, aren't we? Really, and that's it.
Do what?
We're all a frequency at the end of the day, a frequency of molecules, and that's it, really.
Yep, exactly. It's all energy. All right, cool. So go ahead and mute up, and I'm going to go on to Angel, then go down to Azrael, then I'm going to come up to Candace, and then start back over. Who dropped? Who was up there? Was that fucking Tanya K? You're eating cheesecake?
Oh, no.
Candace.
Yeah, it's really good, so I'm glad you're waiting on me.
What kind is it?
Strawberry.
Is he got, I know, I saw.
Is he got cream as well?
No, you can't.
My eyes are already watering. You're going to show it to me now too, Candace? That's mean. Now I'm fixing to go get me an ice cream bar, damn it.
Nah, I'm not showing you nothing.
I gotta have a sweet now. How dare Candace? Tweety said, how dare Candace? So, all right. So, Candace, you're gonna love this conversation tonight too that we're having. All right. So, Angel, have you? I know that you have looked a little bit into your stuff at least, but I feel like you've done more than that. When you looked into all your charts, did you find anything like really rare, interesting, anomaly, or something that felt a little scary or something like that? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I've had my birth chart ran by quite a few people, and read to me by quite a few people, and I think one of the like more interesting things, because I've been told that I have I've got I think 2 grand trines in there, so I know that that's pretty rare. I don't necessarily know exactly what that means, but I also have 3 stelliums in my chart. A Libra stellium.
you have 3 stelliums? Okay, now I want to do your chart.
Well, and it depends on how you. Okay, so I have a false stellium, like a false stellium, I think is what they called it, because it's not technically a stellium because it's with Lilith and the moon.
You mean an aspect?
I don't know, but
that's cool.
Capricorn.
I don't know if that's what it's called either, but let me turn my Bluetooth on so I can get
because it's not technically a stellium, but they're lined up.
Yeah, an exactor aspect. Yeah, that's what that is, I think, right?
But and all of my stuff is between the 4th through the 6th house, everything except for my Chiron. But I have a Libra stellium and a Sagittarius stellium, and then my what is that called? Let me take a look. My dominant signs, I'm pretty well balanced between everything, which is fantastic because I'm a Libra. I'm a pretty strong Libra. So it's all about balance, and I'm a very balanced person. That I'm pretty aware of because I'm a pretty healed Libra. Well, I'm not healed. I'm pretty. I've done a lot of healing in a lot of places that have helped me be balanced.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Because my headphone was connecting to the Bluetooth at the point that you answered my question, I think.
So your question
so
is what?
I missed the answer. I cat hair in my mouth. Do what?
I have a Libra and a Sag stellium in my chart.
Okay, and you said everything's in the 4th, 5th, and 6th house?
Yeah.
Dude, I want to see your chart now. I want to see it. You guys want to?
Hold on.
I got a Pisces.
I have it up on my computer in front of me.
I got a Pisces stellium. I got a Pisces stellium. Hey, third son. I got a Pisces stellium, and it's 4 planets and 3 asteroids. And thank you. Oh wow, I gotta go. Thanks, Brenda. I didn't even know I had the rose on there. I thought I had something else. But oh yeah, your back out's text freaking saved. But anyway, Angel. All right, let me see this. Hold up. Hold on. Why can I not? Why is the expand button gone?
Because of the layout.
What? Oh.
The way the boxes are laid out.
I didn't do this. I don't know how to fix it.
You can go down to the bottom left and switch the way the boxes are laid out and put them back to the side panel.
Is it the little boxy thing next to the little people thing?
Hit the people.
Hit the people?
Touch the people, and then
I don't like hitting people. Oh, touch the people.
Tap Finger blast the people. And then in the top right corner of that menu, there'll be a little gear icon.
Huh? Yeah, okay, I see that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then you can adjust the boxes up and
It's
down.
called round. That's super cool. Okay, well.
Yeah, this is round table. And then
available spots for a. Okay.
Yeah. Now you can expand.
Okay. Well, thank
I,
you.
I did
All
that.
right.
I did
Now.
that. Sorry.
Oh, what shit. We're on one. Sorry, ass.
I can do
What'd you
it too.
say? Oh,
No, I said
wow.
I was.
My son's looks like that. Sorry, ass.
Yeah,
What'd
so
you
I
say?
have the Libra stellium here, and then the Sagittarius stellium here. But if you want to see, this is kind of, ooh, there we go. Kind of lays it out. But I love this little thing on the side. Just kind of lets you know what everything is.
Yeah, I did some screen. I got some screenshots I could show you guys of mine. But I got my son's. I did my son's chart and my daughter's chart and my brother's chart a couple nights ago, and I my son man, his little old story is powerful and sad. But both of those kids, the dreams that I used to have before I ever, even was old enough to have sex or whatever it's called, I was dreaming about my children, and I was dreaming of them being on the stage and them preaching to the masses and them being the ones that are coming out with this world change idea and making the world a better place. But my son's chart looks like that, dude. Like all of his shit is in like 2 or 3 houses,
I met
all
someone
over
whose
like that, man.
entire chart is one line, right across.
Really?
So all my stuff
Wow,
is
I
like
wonder what
right
that
through here.
means.
All my stuff is right through here. And this is what I was talking about with like the false stellium, because right there. But all
Oh,
of them
yeah.
are Capricorns, but they're
Because it's
not
just
real.
right there on the edge.
They're not actual like planets. That's why. What I was talking about.
All right. Well, that
But
don't
then my
matter. The
Chiron's
asteroids
way
do
over here.
matter
That's the other
to me.
aspect.
Just way the hell on the other side. All right. Wow.
Yeah, my Chiron's in Taurus in the 12th house over here. It is barely
My
in
Chiron's
20.
in Taurus too, and so was my brother's. Hey, Desiree. You know a little bit more about this stuff than we do. What does that mean when you got less lines and you got more you got all your planets over on like one side or something, or all your asteroids and planets over on one side? And who dropped, by the way? Who was underneath you saved?
There was, oh yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to read what it
Oh,
says
you're
there.
good.
Give me 1 second
Okay.
here.
Hey, Phoenix. No worries. Take your time. While you're doing that, I'm gonna switch screens because I want to show you my son's chart. Oh, I don't know if he'll be happy about me doing that, but he doesn't watch my show. He's not here, but he can, because I do download these onto YouTube, so he will probably be mad. But I'm gonna do it anyway because I learned something about my boy that I have always believed since the day I started dreaming about those kids. How do I get the thing on here? There, I think. Is that the right button? Nope, that's not the right button. No, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. God dang it. Okay, all right, background. That. Shoot. Now I can't see. There's so many charts here in a row. I can't tell which one is in. They're all small. I think that was Lexi was last, and then my son. That might be it. I can't tell. Let's see. What's the? Okay, it does say Hobart. Damn, that's all I can tell. So, yeah,
Okay, so
that's it.
that's heavy
Look at that.
fourth, fifth, sixth house concentration.
Yeah, and hers was like that too. Angel's was too.
Yep.
So
And then I'm
to
going to
me,
show.
go ahead.
No, go
I'm gonna
ahead.
keep
I was
decoding
going to
it
show
while
you.
you're, yeah. What it means to have most of the planets fall on one side of the chart, it shows how a person's energy is concentrated through one life orientation rather than spread evenly across all areas. Um, I just heard, can we say that in plain language, please? So yes, it means your life tends to be lived through a specific lens. Instead of being pulled equally in every direction, your chart says this is the side of life where a lot of my growth, focus, and lessons happen. For your chart, I looked and it's clustered from the fourth, if I'm seeing it correctly, fourth and eighth houses with heavy emphasis on the fourth, fifth, and sixth houses. So this is concentrated in the part of living because the houses explain the moments in life. Inner life, home roots is your fourth. For the fifth is creativity, romance, expression, children, visibility. The sixth house is a work, service, health, daily life, discipline, and plus some deep emotional transformation, trust issues, shared energy in the eighth house. So to me, this tells me you're not built for a scattered life. You're meant for a deep life. Your chart says a lot of your story revolves around I'm choosing my words carefully. Emotional security, expressing yourself creatively, learning how to be seen, refining daily habits and purpose, and dealing with intense emotional or energetic undercurrents. Um, Astrologers talk about this heavy-handedness on the left, like on the
The
left
first couple
right.
of things
So,
that you said match up because like that would be like being an artist and being I'm like pretty excruciatingly shy in person.
hmm yeah, yeah, being seen for somebody shy is like
I
usually
don't
the
want to
thing
be
that
seen.
we.
And it's really funny because I dress like the way that I dress, people approach me a lot. Like
hmm Now, another way you can look at it, if you notice it's on the right side of the chart. Some people say, right or left. Now, if it's heavier on the right side, that's one way to look at that is it usually points to the more relationship directed life path. The person who learns a lot through other people, partnerships, reactions, and external circumstances. Where if it's on the left side, that usually points more to self-directed life path. Um, uh, that they may feel like they have to initiate or act or choose or shape life from the inside out. And on yours, they're more concentrated. Let me see, are they more on the top or the left? I can't hear you. Okay. So,
Sorry. Okay. So this is my planets and my asteroids.
hmm
I have nothing in Gemini at all with the asteroids, but on the other one, without the asteroids, when it's just the planets and shit, it's I have all the other one, which is the other air, Aquarius. Aquarius is open too, like Gemini is, but look at my little big old fat stellium and Pisces right, y'all. There's
mhm.
7 of them. Just, and then I got 11 sevens and 7 11s in my freaking numerology chart, and 2 22s if you go far enough back in the smaller numbers. That blew my mind. And then that's in my birth name, but in my adopted name, I got a 33, and I still have like half of the 7 11s, sevens and 11s in my other chart, and still 2 22s. They're in different places though. It's like no matter what avenue I went down, it was just psychic, 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 psychic. And I'm like, okay, I already know I was psychic. Tell me something I don't know. Are you finally giving me the proof that many people have asked me for that I'm psychic? Is that what this is? But I don't know, like I know it's dumb. But but like it tripped me out. I was tripping. I was sitting there like I was looking. I actually was thinking about Brenda. And I was because I had opened my smoke box, right, and that last piece of that Shroomy candy bar that I've always promised I will do with Brenda is still in there, and I was having a good day, and it was my day off, and I'm looking at it going, hers. But the one that I had up on the screen, that just last, that was mine.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Hers
because
was
one
first,
of
and
the
then my son's,
yeah.
and then me.
Can I say? Can I tell you something that I saw?
Mm-hmm.
Is you also spoke on that. You have a very heavy fifth house stack. You have your Mercury, your Jupiter, your Saturn, and your Pluto. and it's in the Libra Scorpio area. And to me, that's big. So your creativity is not casual. Your self-expression is a karmic thing. Um, your your love light, your art, your pleasure, your attention, your visibility, they all carry a lot of weight. Um, but this also tells me you have learned or are likely learning very deep lessons around joy versus and responsibility, expression versus self-censor, censorship. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it English. It's hard to do it when Shelly's around. And that's just like that to me, that's a star quality, but it comes with pressure. It's like you have this internal war of like between wanting to shine and just wanting to disappear somewhere. Um, just know your creativity is not casual. I'm hearing tell her that again. um, yeah, yeah.
I know that was one of the things that I was seeing. It was like, that's why I started trying to do some art again. Y'all want to see what I'm working on? Oh shit. Somebody scan the room. She's not watching my live tonight. She's dealing with she's dealing with she's dealing with boyfriend problems. Hey, old school, welcome back. She's back. Yeah, so I don't have to worry about her being in here right now. So I'm making my friend that helped me do all this. She's an Aries as well. Her birthday's on the 15th. And so I had gotten a skull from when I was at Stockyards, a cow skull, and I'm painting it. She likes dragonflies and bubbles and stuff. It's in the very beginning stages, you guys, so don't judge. But I just want to show you where I'm going with it so far, and I'm going to get a lot more elaborate. But, oh, shit, I almost tripped over my backpack. Anyway, go ahead. I read in my, that's where I was going with that. I read in my charts about, my art and my poetry and my music actually being the way that I communicate to the majority of the world. And I'm like, that's the thing that's been stifled in me the most, you guys. My creativity. Like, I have always wanted to be a creative person. Like, I was always trying to create, but then they were always saying, no, you don't have time for this. You can't have that spread out. Why are you dripping paint everywhere? You're getting marker on the wall or whatever, Shut down, shut down, shut down. That was the one thing that they kept trying to stifle. The majority of the world? Yeah. The majority of the world. So anyway, see where I'm going with it so far? Because she likes bubbles and dragonflies, and it's like metallic. I'm not done with it, obviously, but there's going to be all kind of, there's going to be all kind of like designs and stuff all over. I'm going to have all the things that she likes. I got the star there so far, but it's all messed up. I got to clean him up. I'm even painting the teeth, but like not the underneath of it. I keep seeing the number 555 all the time. That's the number of change, my sister. And I don't like seeing that number. I see 444 all the time. My shit's always about stability, man. Part of that fucking life path I get to live. Constantly looking for stability. Yes. And it is time to change, Brenda. We've talked about this. Hi, Matt G. Welcome in. Okay, so creativity. All right, let's go to Azrael now. Azrael, are you with us? Do, calling Azrael. What's up, Tony? Come on in. Yes, he's probably somewhere. Okay, he probably can't right now. Back up to save then, and then when they are tuned back in, then we'll let them tune back in. Then we'll tune back in. Saved. I'm gonna go with question number 2 now. This is my second round. This is a really hard question too, but it's a really easy one too, because it's literally laid out in your charts. If you ever get into them, it's in there. It's in there. It says it clear as day. The thing that you have to heal, the thing that's hidden from you, the hurt, the pain, the trauma, or the betrayal, or whatever it is that you're carrying the weight of. That thing that you can't see, that thing that you can't figure out how to heal. It's in your charts. It's there in plain English as soon as you learn how to read them, especially. It's one thing to be, told by AI or websites or people that that like us that know about this kind of stuff or that are learning about it and sharing it with everybody else. It's not just okay to just be like, okay, well, I accept your answer, Brenda. Whatever you tell me, Brenda, I'm going to believe it because you told me. So that's why I'm going to tell everybody else. Well, that's leading people astray because what if it's not correct? And what if it's only a part of the puzzle? And if we all have a piece of the puzzle, then it is only a part of the puzzle. So you're missing out and you're limiting yourself whenever you do not, whenever you stop on one answer. Oh, that's the answer. Okay. That's the one I'm going to stand by. There are millions out there. Okay, Source having all these experiences as a tree, as a bug, as a plant, as an animal, as a you, and as a me. Alien, starseed, split souls, gods, angels, devils, whatever the fuck. We've experienced, most of us here have experienced them all. I'd have to say everybody in this room right now has experienced them all at least once. Now, we've been to realms that we don't even know exist yet in these human minds, but our soul knows because our soul remembers. And we don't have to connect with it because it's not separate. It's not. Your mental, emotional, spiritual, soul, physical. It's all one entity. It's all one. I'm Brenda and Desiree and the Welsh Wizard and Angel and Az and Saved. I'm everybody in this room. No, y'all are all mean too. We don't have fucking bug coming in my. He did this right in front of my eyes between the light. Little gnat, little circles. That was crazy. Little tornado gnat. All right, fairies, stop it. I crack myself up, you guys. I do. I crack myself up. That little thing fucking spooked me, man. What was extra funny was seeing myself on the camera.
Pete,
I look just like my birth mother.
why don't you read us a poem?
Dude, no. Oh, shit. Do you want to hear my new one? Have you heard my new one? The one that I wrote?
No, I want to hear it.
We can take a poetry break. We can take a poetry break, and then we're getting back to this conversation because I want to ask the question is what in there, Forerunner, what in your charts did you find that was an emotional growth or that was the hidden thing for you that you knew that you need to integrate, that you need to heal? What was that thing? And mine was deep and spot the fuck on in all three charts, spot the fuck on. So I do encourage you all to check out your thoughts, your charts. All right, poem. Where is my book? Dude, I've been trying to get all this stuff typed out too. All these poems. It's hard. It's hard to do. My hands wear out too much. All right, where's that? Come on. Dang, I'm almost at the end of this thing. All right. I don't have it very good memorized, okay? You have the rap. La Mort 3. Okay. Right on. I rap too. Believe it or not. Okay, Brenda. Forerunner. What's up, brother? By the way, our conversation tonight, Forerunner, just so you know, it's a great conversation. We're talking about getting into all three of our charts, our birth chart, our numerology chart, and our human, what about it? And our human design. Hey, Enlightened, how you doing? And how they tell us our life purpose, how they tell us the next move, how they tell us our soul contracts and all that kind of stuff and how we feel. So anyway, you have the same bandana I do. That's what's up, Lamort. Hey, Forerunner, how you doing? Nice. I have a lot of tie-dye shit. All right, to my freaking poem. So I'm not going to look at the screen and read any more comments so I can read this because I haven't read it very many times. I don't know it very well yet. But it's called Testimony. When I was barely 10, playing in the creek, a vivid vision of 2 children came to me. The first was a little girl that looked like my clone, and second, a dark-haired, dark-eyed boy was born. Over the next few years, more premonitions flooded in. Tow-headed, blue-eyed girl playing with him. It wasn't until the day my daughter arrived that I knew the kids in my visions were mine. 3 years later, my sweet boy showed up. Just a young single mother with babies to love. I had so many plans, hopes, and dreams. But there was something my visions didn't see. My higher self knew I would grow from pain, knew I was strong enough to carry the weight. No mother should experience a child's loss, especially when the allegations are false. They claimed I fed my babies cocaine, refused the drug test to clear my name, used a Polaroid picture of my bedroom at 14 to accuse me of not keeping my house clean. Even my lawyer got paid twice, taking both my parents' money and mine. He walked into the courtroom with a smile, shook hands with my folks, laughing a while. They even illegally adopted my kids. Never thought I'd forgive them for what they did. They alleged my son was Hispanic descent, so that 2 Caucasians could adopt him. My son is half Apache in a state where the tribes should be involved in his fate, and the court denied a paternity test that would have proved he is indigenous. Everything happened so fast in court. Less than an hour, I was a mother, no more. They finally had the power they sought to abuse and manipulate what couldn't be bought. They'd refused to let me see them while maintaining they'd been abandoned. Packed all the cards and letters I sent in a box I later found in their attic. They told my babies that I never cared, that I was out partying instead of being there. The whole time I was working 16-hour days so I could afford to fight back in some way. Time flew by, didn't feel like 20 years. My failure to win brought up new fears, that my children would believe all their lies. Their mother abandoned them to get high and never even tried to write or call. The whole time they were hiding it all. My folks would tell me the kids weren't home or they were too busy to come to the phone. I was so desperate to get them back that I married a Southern Baptist man. He was so charming and silver-tongued, but would beat me daily just for fun. Hey, David. I took the abuse because it appeared to be working. It was amazing waking up with them in the morning. After my 3rd child entered the world, my parents and kids wanted to be with our girl, so their visits increased for a spell until my ex-husband put me through more hell. I'd finally gotten brave enough to escape his abuse. He knew I still had something to lose. So he called the cops with an outlandish claim that I tried to kill myself with a razor blade. They destroyed my house searching for proof, finding nothing and ignoring the truth. Allowing my ex to take her away. I haven't seen her since her 4th birthday. As if losing your children isn't bad enough, the cosmos added an extra special touch. Years of estrangement led me down a path of personal growth, self-awareness, and more spiritual crap, which has helped me heal and understand my purpose here and why life was so bad. In my birth chart, the stars have written that my mother wound needed more attention. So let's back this story up to my own birth, where my mother wound welcomed me to earth. My birth mother declared the wrong dad. I'm not stupid. The math doesn't add. I would have had to be 3 months premature, but at 9 pounds, 8 ounces? Yeah, sure. Also, he was Chinese and I'm as pale as it gets. White hair, blue eyes, and porcelain skin. Of course, he knew I wasn't his, so he made her choose between me and him. The maternal grandparents took me with them until their near-death experience ended it. Off to my aunt's where the decision was made to adopt me out and change my name. At 3.5 months, I was taken home to cover a debt that wasn't my own. My father taught me many valuable skills, while mother had me running for the hills. I'd play out in the creek where I was safe to avoid being the brunt of her rage. I was too pretty, talented, and smart to ever win her envious heart. She blamed me for everything that went wrong, causing me to question my worth far too long. When my brother died at 18, she lost her mind, taking it out on me. Then used his life insurance claim to steal my children and ruin my name. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Whoever is in charge when my life ends better get somewhere and hide. Understand, I'm not letting this shit slide. No human should experience that much pain, not in one lifetime. It's inhumane. But I guess it did what it was supposed to do, because I healed myself and now teach it to you. Hurt people, and healing people help people. Anyone can embark on a self-healing journey. It's not it's not easy reflecting on the hurting. Though the healing is worth the work, you may feel alone even with support. It's the hardest and bravest thing you'll ever do. Changing the world starts within you. This is my way of planting the seeds to heal from the wounds that didn't bleed, so we can make the world a better place for future generations to grow up safe. Well, that was my 8-year-old smile. Oh, Brenda, thank you. Why didn't it make a sound? They need to make sound when it does that. It's cute. There's
Amen.
Az. Hey, Az. You ready to answer my question? Hey,
Oh, what was the
there's
question?
Wizard.
I'm
Amen.
sorry. I just
Oh,
want to tell
it's
you
so
that was
beautiful for you to say that. I'm going now.
I agree. I agree. That was beautiful.
It's not. It's a tragic story, but it's not beautiful at all, eh, Chloe? And I stumble over it because I still haven't got it right, and also I have mad cotton mouth right now, so because the gummy kicked in.
Well, what I want to say is authentic, and it was beautifully said. In other words, you spoke it with authentic, genuine emotions behind it. So thank you, for sharing that experience because
Thank you.
that's how we learn. We learn from listening to each other's experience and being the witness to it. That's what I meant by it. And I'm sure as well.
That's what I meant also. It's a beautiful way of you releasing and expressing, and it helps others to release and express also. I'm
Hey,
going.
Yeah, actually,
hey, you know what?
yeah, Forerunner.
I always love it when you talk the talk because you walk the walk.
Yes.
That is true. I mean, I do have that lion's mane, boo boo. Especially when my hair's down, man. I gotta do that sometime. I'm in Oklahoma. I cannot wear my hair down in this state, you guys. It has you in tears. I'm living this right now. My ex kidnapped my kids last May. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I know exactly how that felt. My entire name got ruined. I was a lifestyles editor of the newspaper in that town and I was 21 and 22. Prior to that, I was a disc jockey at the local radio station, like 18 and 19, or sorry, 19 and 20 rather. And like, they ruined it. They ruined it. I just paying people off with my dead brother's fucking life insurance policy. And lies. And my children got taught the lies. And when I looked at my son's charts, his wounded healer is to get over his origin story has been nothing but lies. So he needs the truth. He's heard the truth. I've told him the truth. He knows this story. He knows it. But he's like me. I had the same thing because I was adopted and my birth mother lied and my freaking aunts lied and my granny and papa never told me anything or barely told me anything. And like nobody had the same answers for me when I wanted to know questions about my origin story, where I came from. And that is a very common trait with people that are adopted or that come from broken homes or that have a parent removed from their lives. And he was hearing constant lies his entire childhood. Both of them were about me, like constant. And then when they met me and they felt my energy and they knew who I was, and they're like, I don't think that you're any of these things, especially because of the allegations of mental health issues by the people who have mental health issues. And I'm like, dude, we all have mental health issues. We all have some kind of CPSD or some shit. We all have something we've been through or are going through. Now, whether or not we've healed or are healing or are still in the midst of that pain, we're here for each other. That's the whole point. Instead of being a hurt person that hurts people, you become a healing person that helps people while you're still going through that. I never got it. I never got to be a mom. I didn't even get to potty train a single fucking one of them. And they're 28, fixing to be 28, 25, and 21 now. 21-year-old doesn't even know me. I've seen her since her 4th birthday. Not for lack of wanting to. But it came to a point that he was torturing me and my family across state lines for her. And we had to give her up to get away from him. And he's a great dad. He's just a fucking lunatic with his partner. And then he talks trash about their mom in front of them. So I already know she's growing up with that too. She's probably got the same Chiron. I should look that up. Fuck, I haven't looked her. I don't like to even, I try really hard not to think about her. And I can't. There's that. So, for any mother that has gone through that shit, or father, any parent, grandparent even, because I'm going through it again with my grandkids. They are literally, you guys, my grandkids are in the same town as me, and this town is smaller than Van was, the town that graduated high school. This town is so small. There's like 3 main street numbers. There's the numbers, and it's like 1 through 12, I think. That's all. And then there's trees, and then there's birds. Yeah, the birds are in the nice part of town too, because that's where we lived when we first moved up there, back when I was 18 and pregnant with my oldest child. I think that's it. I think it's trees and birds and there's presidents. There's a little section of presidents. So there's like a Lincoln and a Washington and Jefferson and stuff like that. It's a little bitty teeny ass town. It's got nothing in it. And everything's super fucking expensive too, because they can charge whatever they want, but nobody pays you shit. Like, I'm making $10 an hour right now. $10 an hour. And I'm just like, for my skill set too, for what I can bring to that table, because I've been in restaurants my whole life, and I'm already improving everything, and I'm getting $10 an hour. And I'm just okay with it, because I don't have a choice. Because there's nothing else around here, and I don't have a car. I don't have a choice but to drive anywhere else. He owns everything. So I just have to suck it up and deal with it, because that's what a small town is about. And I understand the politics of it, because I've grown up here in a sense, because my grandparents lived here, so I always came up here like 6 to 8 times a year and saw the cousins and all that shit. Everybody freaking lives in this town, and they're all still here. The ones that haven't died. None of them have left. None of them. So, and I'm adopted into this family. But my granddaughters are literally right fucking there, man. They're on 8th Street. No, 11th. They're on 11th Street, and I'm on Park, which is like the only, besides Main Street, the only other semi-main street in the entire town. And I'm just like, okay. And she won't even let me see them, talk to them, nothing. And my daughter goes along with it, because she's got the money, and my daughter's a Taurus. So she likes, God damn it, she likes to be, Tauruses, they're bougie. Tauruses are bougie, let's just say that. Isn't that right, Des?
That's what you said right before you said, "Ain't that
Nobody
right,
else?
Des?" I heard you something fall over, and then it was like, "Ain't that right, Des?"
Bougie.
I didn't. Oh, who's bougie?
Yeah, Tauruses are bougie. Yeah, y'all like that. Y'all like
I'm
comfort.
bougie.
So, and my daughter, That's it. I have a
Yeah,
Taurus moon, so
we do
hey,
have some kinks. We have our
I'm in this
boujiness
group.
Your fucking dogs are bougie.
I
I'm
do.
so bougie.
I
My
gotta have my
dogs are
Pepsi. I don't.
bougie. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
black.
Loki, no shit. Loki is absolutely. She's bougie as shit, dude. Loki's so bougie. Like, she won't even eat her fucking food if I don't get up and put treats on top of it.
My husband told me I'm so
I got
bougie.
what's
My
up?
dogs are bougie. I couldn't do anything but laugh at that. Tank, we didn't need
For
your
real though,
agreement,
like
sir.
for real though, like Loki's even that way, dude. She's so bougie, man. She's so bad bougie. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Okay. Like I'm having to. That's what I'm having to do right now. She's not gonna quit bugging me until I get up and give her some more food and more treats. She's so fucking spoiled. But anyway, so we got so Asriel, are you awake and ready to talk? Cause I have a question for you, my friend.
I'm awake. It's just that I've been working, so I had the headphones. See, I'm inside.
Are you still working?
Yeah, but I could talk. They're in the front. I'm in the college,
Okay.
so go ahead.
Okay. Well, my question is, have you delved into your astrology or your birth chart and numerology chart and or human design, and have you found any kind of like things in there that are interesting, rare, scary, heavy, or anything like that? Some kind of emotional feeling from them, something that
No.
felt big,
Well,
or whatever.
I realized that, when all of it, from astrology through human design, that a lot of it, most of it, I say all of it resonates with who I am as an individual, even if I ever kept it a secret, like, things that I won't share with nobody, like how I act, how I counteract, how do I think, everything. So I was like, wait a minute, no freaking way. How does this thing know who I am? So once I realized that, and then getting testimony from others through their own experiences, I realized that, what, it definitely is because, it's not telling you how to live your life, but it's telling you how you are, what you're capable and your potential, your possibilities of interacting with other individuals, your creations, and so forth. So it's good like a blueprint, for each one of us, we each have a specific blueprint in the astrology, numerology, human design. It's pending how we utilize it, so it's basically here's your life in front of you. And, as I looked at it, like I said, it's all my actions, how I act, how I think, everything was described in each of these charts. And I realized, what? Now that I know that, that becomes the formula. Like that stage when individual is just looking and you see all these EMCs and all these potentials, all these choices. So these astrological numerology and human design and other tools that we can use is basically the formula. So now as an alchemist, as a teacher, as a scientist, or as a human just living life to its full potential, you have the tools. So, it's up to us to utilize that imagination and put forth the action to it. In other words, the tools are given to you by God, created the universe. Everything is in front of you. You have your blueprints. You have everything that you need. I realize that each one of us is unique, and we shouldn't be ashamed of that. Just like you're talking about the Taurus. I'm a Virgo, so I'm a perfectionist, and I'm always looking into the in depth, not the answer. I'm actually looking beyond the answer. Okay, so now that we're going to get the answer, what is more beyond the answer? So that's me. I'm constantly not satisfied with the answer. So I'm constantly looking for the answers. But because I'm not satisfied with the answer, doesn't mean I am not embracing it. I'm taking it, accepting it, and I store it. And when I come into lives like this, or even in my human experience, I'm able to interact with individuals and I can see how I can fit in. Think of it, each one of us is our own spice. Somebody's salt, somebody's pepper, somebody's onions, somebody's garlic, all the tools to make a stew. And when we come together as a collective and integrate one another, the chemistry is depending on who we are as individual. These astrological signs and so forth allow us to be creative with that. I don't know if you guys see these palettes here on TikTok where they got like 3 or 4 different colors, and they take one color and becomes the master color, and then they mix it with something. They come up with another color, and they take that one and use it again, and they're switching all the colors. So the thing about it, each one of us, when we interact with one another, we're actually becoming something that we weren't before. Meaning we have infinite potentials if we allow ourselves to resonate with these signs. If that makes any sense. So in other words, if we stay stagnant and just assume that our surrounding is so limited, that's where we're going to be. But yet in the world of TikTok, where we're all coming together from different places around the earth, think about it. We're constantly able to integrate and become something that we weren't. But at the end of the day, we're still we're the pilot. We're the ones that are riding this vessel. So the astrology gives you a potential of what you can be. In other words, remember I was talking about the chart, the colors and all that? You could pick up anything from the hardware store and say, oh, I want a shade of orange. And they'll say, sir, look at this. We got about 40 different shades of orange. Which shade of orange do you want? So it's depending on you what resonates with you, and the options that you have is that you don't have to settle for that. Today you could be one color, the next day you could be something else. So what I learned from astrology, numerology, and human design is that as long as I stay honest to that, in other words, knowing my limits, not becoming something that I'm not supposed to be. Being a Virgo, I'm not going to run around and say I'm an Aquarius all day and believe the same way an Aquarius is. No, I have to stay humble and just be myself and allow the Aquarius to be in my life so that way I can see how the Aquarius and their uh, attributes contribute to my potential. If that makes sense. And I hope I answered your answer.
Although you finished it off on top. In the very beginning of that, I was like, well, when I heard you switch gears too, don't think I didn't, because you even said it. You're like, well, if I even wanted to share that, I was like, okay, fine. And then you're like, I totally had that image of the cowboy guy, the politician. It's a movie called The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Stars Dolly Parton, Burt Reynolds, shoot, there's several people in there. I just don't remember their names. Super cute movie. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It is from the early 90s, I think, maybe late 80s. I'm not real sure. But I Will Always Love You came from that. Dolly Parton wrote that, by the way, not Whitney Houston. Did y'all know that? What the hell? Oh, I thought that was somebody else. Okay, cool. Silence a minute. I don't know. I just got a weird twinge. One moment. Oh, it was sunflower. Okay, you're okay. Dyslexia got me. You're cool. Don't worry. But I did get a weird twinge, like right there. So back to our question. But yeah, there's a little song, he has a cowboy hat on and he turns, I just do a little sidestep. Now they see me, now they don't. And I saw that whole scene play out in my head whenever you did that. Whenever you switched that gear, I was like, that's exactly what I was saying. Still hearing every word you said. And I'm playing that scene of him doing that little dance move in my head. I don't know if you guys even know the reference of the movie. Does anybody know that movie besides me?
Yes.
Am I the only?
No, you're not the only one. I'm going now.
And you're in the UK.
Unfortunately, when we're
Dolly Parton movie
awakened,
made it to
we're
UK.
awakened. We watch it worldwide, honey. And it was 87,
That's awesome.
if I think
That's
I'm
awesome.
correct.
Wow. Allie, I would not have known the exact year. Allie, Joe, thank you for the follow. I'll follow you back later. Anyway. It was a great answer, though. You finished off strong, and I'm glad that you shared the information that you did. And you are always a mic dropper, my friend Azrael. I love you, and I appreciate every time you come in here and drop some truth on us. You can go to my profile and hit the bell symbol, I believe, and that turns on the notifications for when I go live. I can't go live as often as I was because I have a job now and I'm a closer. So unless I go live earlier in the day, and I'm not getting up till like noon usually, so it's probably not going to happen unless I do short lives or something, and no fun in that. But all right, so next question is saved. I'm coming back up to you, and then we're going to come back down with this, and I'm going to ask it again because I asked earlier. Was there anything in your charts that you saw that was the thing that you knew that needed to heal that you didn't know was there really, but you did? I mean, is that a weird way to ask that question? You know me well enough. I think you'll figure it out. I bet you will.
Um. So,
I'm over here laughing at my own self. I said, dude, I'm baked. So I'm a baked tater right now. So I was laughing at my own joke and laughing ridiculously, and I'm like, please continue and talk and take over so that we're not sitting here in dead air. And I muted myself to not be rude, but I'm still laughing because I was laughing at my own stupid ass joke. I don't need y'all to laugh at me. I am my own entertainment. Thank you. Pass that on to me. Brenda, you ought to know when you come into the room if you want to tap in, tap in. It's just a matter of time before it kicks in. You don't have to tap in, though. Like, it's your choice. So that's the beauty of it. People can hang out in this room and not be riding the wave with me. And that's cool, too. But I'm enjoying myself. That's something, though, that, okay, you know the song, the people in Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong. These people grow it all wrong. This is I thought New Mexico's was bad, but theirs is fucking, I smoked 4 in a row one night. Fucking nothing. Nothing. Not even a head change. Fuck no. No. But then my neighbors, they're like, well, we have edibles. And I'm like, ha, yay. That's my favorite. Please give me. And that's the only way I've been able to be, feeling good lately. And they last 8 to 10 hours most of the time. So unless I eat an excessive amount. Hey, Don. How you doing, buddy? Dang. Speaking of, my stomach just growled. All right, say, come on with this answer. Come on. I'm going to shut up now.
okay. What was the question again?
I knew you were going to test me. Did you find something in your charts that told you the thing that needed to be healed in you or integrated in you or like karma leveled out or whatever, that maybe you felt it, but you didn't know it, or maybe you just didn't know it was there at all, like a suppressed memory from infancy or something? Like, do you have anything like that you found in your chart that maybe emotionally impacted you, or was it a changing moment?
Well, yeah. It was basically giving people too much of what I know. When they didn't know how to apply what I know in their own actions, and it like interfered with what their actual what their actual growth was, their actual up path on their own personal growth. Um, and in doing so, though, too, a lot of the things I realize is um, I was giving people, like other people, um, who could apply what I know, I was giving them my life, and I wasn't living my own life. Um, yeah, so those are some pretty big things for me that I realized.
Did you learn something from it, or I mean, I mean, is it helping you to address and work through it, to know it like that? Is it helping you?
Oh yeah, like the things that I know about myself, I have a joy in knowing them and expressing them in my own personal life. So it's just basically not to allow and not to give my joy away to other people that truly aren't actually worth it, because it's, I know it sounds cold, but there's a lot of people that they, in my own personal life, that um they still want to be that very selfish person, and I can't give a selfless knowledge to people who are selfish, because they will just, they won't learn from it. They will just weaponize it against other people.
And a great point coming from that right there. What you don't know, they can and will use against you. Hey, what are you? Is that my book? When has it ever been okay? That book's older than you. Bro. She was like, on my book. My old one. Thankfully I caught it just in time on maybe the second or third that she did. The hell? I do have one good thing to say about her though. Like, she started playing with toys again since we've moved into this place, and that made me really, really happy. So she's got toys all freaking over. I had to go get her a toy box today because I had the freaking cat toys were literally everywhere, and I was stepping on them. So I had to go get her a little basket to put them in.
You know what
But
she's doing?
she's happy again.
She's
Do
giving
what?
you a sign. You know what she's doing there by doing that? She's on that book, but
What?
she wants you to read another poem. If she did
No, I'm
distracted. Yes, you get at it.
Brenda.
Get at it. There's one in there she wants you to read it, so pick us a
Oh,
poem.
I don't. It's 9:30 already,
I
Brenda,
don't really care.
and you aren't the boss of me.
You ask a poem.
I'm the first deacon. You got to remember that. Hi, I love you, my
Hey,
baby.
don't
You
forget,
got
when
to
you're reading
remember
the poem,
that.
guess what? You're going to be helping me with what my goal is.
Hey, Nix. What's your goal?
I got to have healing done because I haven't
What
healed.
healing? Do you know what your Chiron is?
What? You
Brenda,
know,
reach out to me or Des, please, or somebody that, or we're going to coast you through this.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Teresa,
hope to
we're
see you
going to coast you
Thursday
through this.
because I
the only
will.
thing about
I
it,
can't,
it ain't going to work,
I
this
won't be able
because
to make it because I'll be asleep
I'll be
at that
working
hour. That's
during
my
the hours
sleeping
that
time.
you're doing that. So that
Do I need
that won't work.
so what I'm hearing is I need to schedule my astrology for another day and time, or do
Yeah,
an
see, the
Or
additional
only
later
days I have off
in the
is
day.
and
Monday,
Sunday.
Monday and Sunday.
I'm off Tuesdays and Wednesdays, which is why I'm live right now.
We're off. We
I'm
don't.
off Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But I'm a closer,
So
so
what
I
if I
go in at
did
like
it?
1,
Well, you
2,
go
or
live.
3.
Today's Tuesday. I go early. I do go live. I've been going live steadily Tuesday mornings. Thursdays vary between the morning and night. Now, what I could do is schedule it for Thursday evenings
Thursday,
That probably hard on Pete.
it would have to be late because I on Thursdays. Okay, right now it's
You
like
said you're
baseball
off
season. We're like I work
Tuesdays
at
and you said you're off Tuesdays and
Tuesdays and
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
What if I
Hmm
changed it to
And on
Tuesdays?
because I'm going live on Tuesdays, unless you want to go
Do you
like
go in the
before or after me.
morning or you go in the morning
Uh,
or in the evening?
no, but I go. No, but I can be on a live in the morning because that's what. Hey, Jenny, that's what I'm doing. My laundry. So that's laundry time is Tuesday morning.
Okay.
So yeah, so I can be because I'm sitting
I
there at the
could
laundromat anyways.
I could change my structure to do that Tuesdays. Um um
You should still do it on the weekends too, though, just because
That sounds like a trade.
you do two. Yeah, do two a week. That way you
yeah.
get the weekend crowd. You reach them, and then you also like have a little special one for the
I've
maybe
already
more
got Saturday penciled in for
intimate group of
readings.
friends and family.
Yeah. So I've
Do
got
what?
Saturday already written in for this kind of thing, and I've got it written in from 2 a.m. to like midnight. Um, so that may be what
Wait,
I just
what?
do is,
2
yeah, not,
a.m. to
no, I'm
midnight? Hold
sorry.
on.
I said AM. I did not mean AM. I meant PM. 10 hours. I scheduled 10
Okay.
hours for
I
Saturday for readings
You
because
go
I
live
am,
for 10 hours every Saturday?
yeah. I used to do it many more than that, Shelley. I
Wow.
would start at 2 and get off the next morning. I stopped
I've
doing that.
had
I had to
I've
set
had
a
a nine and
limit.
a half hour live and a 10.5 hour live, and that only once each.
The last few
But
lives I've
I
had,
was
I've
on
talked
my
for
total
4 hours straight. And when I asked questions, nobody had
my
anything to say. So it just kept going
yeah yeah
until the channel
because it's
said,
the
it's enough for
freaking
now.
I want to ask you
yeah.
a question, you guys.
That's kind of how I do it, huh?
I want to ask you both a
Go ahead.
question. Why is it so important to know about that when you already have your intuition?
Because it tells you why you have your
I
intuition.
mean,
Everybody's intuition
No.
runs through their body, their pipeline in a different way. And once you learn that and you learn yourself and you can learn how to read it against the transitions the planets are doing, you learn how to weather. It's like saying, okay, I know
yeah,
myself.
kind
I
of.
don't like to have wet feet or wet socks or wet shoes. So it's gonna rain. So I'm gonna put a raincoat, rubber boots, and get an umbrella so I can
Da-da-da.
walk through this storm and drive without wet feet.
I'm going to be honest with
But
you.
also, hold on, Brenda. I have something to tack onto that. Okay,
Numerology,
it's
to
the
me,
reason it's important.
is not the
The
most
reason it's important.
essential.
The
No.
reason it's important to know this stuff is because it tells you exactly what you do not see about yourself. And it tells you exactly what your life purpose is. It tells you exactly where you're going to go, when
You
you're
know
going to move,
something?
when you're going to get married, when you're going
You
to have
know
a
what our
child, when
life
you're going to
purpose
freaking,
is?
yeah.
Is to live and
Tells you your tower
and
moments,
exist in this world. That's what our life
but you
is.
create your own reality. So why not be
It may
informed of
not be
what you're
for
creating
everybody. It's
instead
not
of
for everybody, and that's
also
okay.
here's
But
also
it's functional
here's
for
another
somebody who
reason.
learns how to spiral. It allows you to learn yourself and be more honest with yourself because
I was
there are
born
the
spiraling.
patterns right there in front of your face when you learn how to decode
But
it.
Mm-mm.
and hold on, Britta.
That's not for me.
Here's the
That's
deal,
not
though,
for me, Pete.
because remember what I said earlier tonight that I had thoughts in my head of wanting to
Uh-huh.
unalive myself and the world would be better off without me, and I was either too much or not enough, and I was never going to amount to anything, all that kind of shit. Okay, those thoughts. I thought that those thoughts were my thoughts. I did not get freedom from them until I read it in the charts that they were the programmed thoughts into me. That's when I figured out that's what the fuck I'm missing. That Schumann is kicking off. Oh, the Schumann resonance right now. I feel it. Is that why I'm feeling energized right now? Because I really do. I feel like really suddenly like nerves. My
I
nerves just
didn't go
suddenly
in and
got,
look at it, but I'm getting
you know.
notification after notification that it's of the Schumann doing something. I don't know exactly yet. I haven't looked.
Ugh. I could feel it. I could feel it in every single fucking cell in my body. But we then can change our present, so it's a gift once again. I don't know. Yeah, well,
See, I
say,
believe
but I don't know what that was in reference to.
we do
Huh?
not need to delve in that because our 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 destiny was already predestined for you guys. Like we don't need
Exactly.
that to succeed.
So if you're aware of what, look, if you're here's a big tip for you. If you are aware of what is going to happen, if you're aware of it, if you know definitively this is your blueprint, this is your default, this is who you are at your core. Everything else is programmed. That's the shit you need to get rid of. Then secondly, and that's your biggest freedom right there, is cutting yourself from that fucking programming, cutting yourself from that conditioning,
What do
from
you
that
think
system of mind.
numerology is? Programming.
It's not.
It is.
Ow, my toe.
It is.
It's not. It's the
Nobody's going. Don't you
mathematical
think
sequence of the
if a
universe.
person, don't you think if astrology is old? It's an old mathematics,
So,
okay? But
so
so
is
is our
numerology.
spirit, and so is our soul. So is our experience.
You know what
in
else?
past lives. We do not need that.
You know what else I found out? I got a lot of confirmation. I got a lot of validation from my charts. And also, here's the best part. Every single fucking placement in my chart talks about my integrity, my honor, my trustworthy, and my honesty, and my willingness to stand up for what's right and be the person that says something even at the detriment of my own fucking self. It says all that shit in my fucking chart. I already knew these things about myself, but nobody else did. So you know what I have now? A blueprint that can be shown to anybody that says, oh, you doubt me? You think I'm a fucking fraud or I'm a weirdo or I'm a fake or whatever? No, look, man, it says it right here. I'm not. This is who the fuck I am. I'm all about that real.
Well,
and yes, if I see injustice, I will stop it. Y'all
Peace,
heard me talk long enough to know this about me so far?
Numerology is not my thing. So
That's okay.
I'll pass
It's
on
not for
that one.
everybody.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'll pass on that.
But it's got a piece of your puzzle
the other
in it.
topic,
That's all I'm
I'll
saying.
be interested.
You don't have to get all the way into it. You don't have to learn it all if you don't want to, but I do think you should check it out, man, because it will give you some insights in yourself that you did not realize, or that maybe you needed to realize was the thing that's been holding you back, or the thing that's still needs to be integrated, or still needs to be healed, or the thing that needs to be dealt with, or something that's unseen that you don't even remember. Okay? That's why. Everybody's got a piece of the puzzle, and all of these systems have a piece of it too. And the more of it that you learn, or the more of it that you check out, at least, give it a look at least, and be like, oh, okay, read it once. I bet you when you read it once, you'll be like, yeah, okay, now I know. And then you just got to write your numbers down. You're going to write the meaning down. Everybody else knows the meaning. So you didn't have to learn it. All you had to say was, yeah, my life path is a 6. What's up, Salvatore? Welcome in, Diane's brother.
I don't know when I was born. You understand that, right?
Yeah, you told me that. I remember that. Yeah. We can't do your numerology anyway, right?
It's pretty hard to do that when
I forgot.
Nobody is alive that can tell me. So guess what? That's why I believe in following my path.
It's your path, though. It's your path. It's why it's called
Some
life.
people, everybody's journey's different, Shelley. Everybody's journey's different. Everybody's journey's different. Like I said, it's not for everybody, and you'll find where there are some who have this deep knowing or belief that it's not for them, and that's okay. That's okay.
I completely get that. I'm really just teasing. But because there was parts of this that I was like I didn't want to touch tarot ever again. When I first tried it, I was like 16, I think. And then I I didn't get rid of my cards. I just kind of let them scatter in the trunk of my car and get ruined by things because I just didn't want to touch them anymore. But I had them for like 3 weeks. I was in summer school, which I didn't have to take. I chose to take because I was trying to graduate early. But then I got held up by a fucking PE class I didn't know I needed to get. That pissed me off. I had to take senior year just to take PE. You guys. I had to take senior class just for PE. Because it wasn't a summer school or a test you could do for that one. So, fucking goddamn it. Anyway, what was I going to say about it? Fuck, I forgot my train of thought. I guess I got my hands kicked in.
Say you were going to go down to Desiree and ask her the second question.
Do you like how Brenda pulls that bullshit right there? It ain't bullshit because she's like, I'm just going to steer this. Don't worry. I got you. I love you, Brenda. All right. So Des, that is a good question. Though, did you see anything in your chart that, or any in your charts rather, hi Angie, by the way, that you felt was the missing piece or the thing that was holding you back or whatever, the thing that you were looking for that you didn't know you needed, or the thing that you didn't know you needed to heal or whatever? Did you find anything like that? You don't have to be specific about what it was, but just like yes or no, and like maybe share what the plan is said or something. I don't know.
Okay,
Whatever.
so
Go for it.
my hardest lesson comes through my Saturn being 20 degrees Virgo in the 12th house, my Sun in 26 degrees Taurus in my 8th house, and my Chiron in 14 degrees Taurus in 8th house. Karmic configuration, and it's not in just one placement. Okay, so what this means is my Saturn in the 12th, my earbud's about to die, so I'm going to be talking straight into my speaker here in just a minute. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I can hear you. Okay, so you can hear me still? Okay. So what this combination means, okay, so the Saturn in the 12th in Virgo, and this is my core pressure point. Mechanically, the Virgo layering is about fixing, protecting, and trying to understand before trusting. Mechanically, it's internalized responsibility, subconscious over analysis, and feeling like I must mentally manage everything unseen. My lesson is I'm not meant to mentally solve everything I perceive. Now, my Sun and Chiron in the 8th house and both being in Taurus, this is where life force meets this lesson, okay? So mechanically, this is my identity is tied to security, trust, emotional safety, where I will receive repeated experiences of loss, betrayal, transformation, deep emotional exposure. And the lesson I had to learn is I cannot control what transforms me, only how I respond to it. Now, how they work together. I perceive deeply. These are my 8th house placements. I analyze it intensely, and those are my Virgo and Saturn. I try to fix, stabilize, or make sense of it. But the situation is designed to evolve beyond my control. So my loop becomes I feel and I perceive something deeply. I try to understand it or fix it. I hold a sense of responsibility for it. Then I get overwhelmed, and then I'm forced to release anyway. So learning the difference between understanding something and being responsible for it. My hardest lesson shows through my Saturn and Virgo in the 12th house combined with my Sun and the Chiron. So I naturally perceive things very deeply and try to understand or fix them. But my growth has been learning that not everything I perceive is mine to carry or control. It's about releasing the need to mentally process everything and trusting what I feel without overanalyzing it. This will show up in my life where like trying to help or fix people or situations that aren't even mine to fix. Overthinking my intuitive downloads instead of just trusting them. Staying in to figure it out instead of just releasing it. Carrying emotional weight that wasn't even assigned to me. And when I become aligned, when you evolve, this turns into, how do you say this? Precision without obsession, awareness without burden, depth without attachment. So my chart didn't teach me how to understand everything. It taught me that I don't have to carry everything I understand. Now, yeah, I think, do you want me to keep? Yeah, I think that's good.
I'm in there giving, hey, Lyran Angel. Hey, Coffee Taster. I'm in there giving Loki a treat while I'm coming out of the bathroom. And you said that. And I was like, oh, I was profound and badass, dude. Yes. And that was what planet told you that? In what house? I'm sorry.
Neptune.
That part I
Yeah,
missed.
well, Saturn 12.
Neptune?
Yeah, Saturn and 12. Huh? Hold on just a
My ass.
second.
Where's my notebook? Daggum.
And see, I'm naturally built by my Taurus sun being about stable and stability. My Gemini moon feels it in my body. My Mercury and Gemini at 0 degrees, I think and process and feel it at the same time. So in order for me not to, one of my lessons was to learn how to let my light language flow without trying to translate it or explain it, you know?
Yes. You don't have to. That's one thing, like, because, okay, just like my poetry's been telling me messages all these years that, my words are only going to land on the ears of the people that are meant to hear them when they're ready for them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be heard. I'm not going to be seen unless they're ready, unless they invite me. Because I didn't know that I was a projector. And I didn't know I needed to wait for the invitation. I was going with my Aries flow the entire time and barreling in. And hey, here I am. This is how the world should be. Brenda, I know we can't do a birth chart on you. I know, but it's good to know these things, like at least close-ish. We may not be able to get your rising sign, maybe, but we can get pretty close, I bet, to some stuff. There's even calculators on the internet that are free to use on Google that will reverse engineer your chart if you only have a piece of something, like your moon
That is a
phase the
fact.
night you were born, or there's calculators all
I'm
over the
adopted,
internet
so I had to
on free
find all that
websites.
stuff out.
I'm adopted too. I had the same problem. Like, I had no idea what my birth time was for longest, and I had to actually call my birth mother and ask her, and she told me that. Good night, Brenda. Love you. I wish you would have stayed. She gets mad at me. She's Aries. Us Aries. We're very much like, I'm not getting my way. Fuck you. Bye. That's not what she's doing at all. But I think she's just bummed out because she can't, because she doesn't know when she was born. And I get that, because Brenda's got a lot. I feel, Des, I don't know if you feel this or not, but I feel a lot of Lyran in her. A lot of it. The Lyrans, that's one consistent thing about Lyran energy that I have felt across the board.
I felt Lyran, Orion, and Venusian.
Yeah, I felt several, but what was it? Venusian? Yeah, okay, I got that one too. But no, the Lyran, I feel like it's kind of on the maybe it has a dash more Lyran in her than some of the other energies, because that's kind of what Best Buds Me is a rising star. Best Buds Me. That's a cool name. I like your little rainbow. That's one thing that I felt across the board when it's heavy on the Lyran energy. They always have that longing for a home, wondering what their origin story is. Trying to find out where they came from or find out where they're supposed to go. So much of my poetry and so many of my songs have lines in them about that very thing. My very favorite one is, "My feet still carve the land." That's in my song, The Traveler. And I love that line because it is exactly precisely me. I'm constantly moving. I even know that because of my planets, I'm going to not be here anymore this summer because I've been studying my charts, man. And the more you study this shit, the more of this stuff you learn, the more fascinating it becomes. Hey, Paradise. In fact, One of the symbols that I've been drawing my whole life, the one that I got tattooed on my 18th birthday, because of mine and Save's necessity to learn more and to not accept anyone's answer as the answer, and to continue learning and continue picking up information wherever we possibly can, from people or internet or whatever, or intuitive knowing, whatever it is. However we're getting that information. We found out that my tattoo is on the emerald tablets backwards. And I think maybe I'm the one that has it backwards. Or else that's a stamp. It's a theory. Human theory, but hey. But I thought it was funny. Okay. Y'all don't find my jokes funny anymore, man? Y'all don't find me funny anymore? I'm giving up, man. Hi, Infinite Divine. How are you?
Can I ask a little question here?
If you don't live. Do what?
Can I ask
One
a
thing
little
I miss about
question?
Gramps being here, Gramps would always unmute and just be like, here's like the background, like radio disc jockey guy that laughs at all the fucking dumb disc jockey's jokes. I had that job one time, actually, where I just laughed at the dumb disc jockey's jokes. And that's when I was pregnant with my son, actually. I worked there for like 2 months, and from 3 months to 5 months pregnant with him. And then I moved back to Oklahoma. Here, moved back here. It's okay. I know, right? It actually ended on a funny note. That's a funny story. You'll have to ask me about it one time when we're talking about rock star shit. But right now, we're not. Actually, we are talking about rock star shit. Knowing your charts, knowing your looking for your fucking origin story, whatever it is, you're not going to find the origin, because the truth of the matter is the origin is source energy. The origin is that. None of us originated on a planet and in a species. None of us did. And I was an atheist 2 years ago. And I still don't believe in God. That's a funny one too. It says in my chart that I'm always going to go against the grain. I'm always going to have a problem with authority. I'm always going to see the wrong in things and see the right way to do them. That's been a pattern of my life. All of the things that have made me me, that everybody has said something about and has tried to stifle or stop or control or minimize in me or about me or to me. It all says it in my chart that it's all part of who the fuck I am, and it's all part of the journey that my soul chose and wrote down in the stars in the Akashic Records for my life path here, for my existence here. And it doesn't matter if I worry about shit or not. I'm still in line with what these charts are telling me. Every step of the way. Oops. Keep hitting that. It's a lamp. So, I don't know if anybody else is having that experience or not, or if anybody else is experiencing it in that thought process or not. But I really do recommend you do it, man. You can find it out for free, man. You can learn this shit on Google, dude. There's so many freaking websites, dude. Pick them all. There's all kinds of different styles too. Pythagorean, and what's the other one on numerology? It's Chiladian. And I think there's a couple more side ones. And then in astrology, there's Vedic and tropical and a whole mess more. I don't know what else. It's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. And then there's Chinese, and then there's there's Indian, and there's so many different kinds of things out there. And it all has a piece of the puzzle. None of it is 100% true. But everything has a piece of truth. You limit yourself when you don't try to explore. Now, if you have a hindrance, like those of us that were adopted or left on a doorstep or in a trash can, or I know a guy actually that he has no idea when he was born too. And I actually know him in real life. We went to school together. But he got adopted by the fireman that pulled him out of the trash can, actually. And how sad is that, dude? Little baby infant got thrown away. But he got to grow up. And he's pretty decent dude, you know. He's an electrician. He's a pretty cool guy. Makes good money. Has a wife, kids, you know, the whole nine. I think he's a grandparent now. But Anyway, he wouldn't have got to have that chance, and neither would the rest of them if that fireman hadn't heard that baby crying in that trash can that day. He don't remember it, but you know what it did? He had to have therapy in his younger years when he was still in his developmental stages, because that type of trauma to a brand new newborn baby, and I know because I've experienced trauma similar to it at the same time, same age, that kind of thing is a lasting impression in your psyche and in your soul and in your physical body, because you're so young at that moment that you can't even process whether or not you can see yet, or if this is a hand, like you're newborn, dude. You don't have the processing skill yet. And although your soul is still powerful in remembering things, your little body is not able to come along with that journey. That little tiny baby body is not going to be able to handle the immense power of which your soul is when it came into that cell that became that baby. You know what I mean? So you had to minimize your soul for that infant to grow. Not minimize it, but like quiet down a little bit, like just a little bit. Turn the volume down so the baby can sleep, kind of situation. And then as the baby grew, then the baby learned how to talk and walk, and then started seeing things that other people couldn't see, and hearing things that other people couldn't hear, and feeling things that other people were oblivious to, smelling things and tasting things and touching things and getting visions and all that stuff. Good night, beautiful souls. Good night to you, Welsh Wizard. You're welcome back anytime, man. I'm going to shut it down too. It's 10 o'clock. But I will do this again next Tuesday for sure. If my day goes okay, if everything goes okay. I thought my BT was Sagittarius rising, but found my baby book in storage. I'm really a Leo rising. Because your birth time, BT. Good job, genius. You couldn't get that one? BT. It fucking means birth time, stupid. Don't talk about yourself like that. You're very, very smart. You're just an idiot savant. That's me I'm talking about, by the way. Best buds. You were a Leo born on the 6th. I've got a Leo rising. And here's the funny thing. Aries are supposed to like be powerhouses with Leos, right? My first 2 marriages and pretty much my first 15 years of dating was all Leos, and I swore them off. No. And then I find out I got Leo in me, and I'm like, that's where that asshole part of me comes from. And I had to learn how to heal that and integrate it, because I learned it from my charts. Yeah, I think I'm going to shut it down too. It's 10 o'clock. You guys want to say goodbye real fast? I don't even want to do a freaking song. I'm hungry. I just want to go in there and feast. Go ahead. Wizard, go ahead.
Good night. God bless everybody. And I hope you all sleep nice. Okay. May the planets align.
Welcome to the family. DJ Azrael. Welcome to the family, Wizard, man. Welcome to the meadow. Thank you for being here. All right. And I think Des is turning in too. Are you going to stay up?
Yeah, I'm gonna be up a little bit, but I am about to devour what I just cooked. Or some of what I just
dude,
cooked.
That's what's making me hungry, bro.
I've been nibbling on it, but I've been trying to be polite. But I look forward to you coming back on next time, and I'll figure something out about
The only thing is, you're gonna have to send it to my phone directly when you send an invite, because I don't even touch TikTok throughout the week now. Okay. I literally don't. I don't even have time to get on Facebook hardly at all anymore. I've doom scrolled, and I can't tell you how long. I think
what I'll do is I'll probably do it on Saturdays and just do that long haul. And that way I can actually.
Okay. And if I can catch it in the morning, cool. If not, okay.
Right. But start doing some main, the basis, the structure of it, on Tuesday or Thursday, probably Tuesday mornings.
Right on.
And then continue what I've been doing on Thursday. That way.
What have you been doing on Thursday? What have I been missing?
I've been working on a series that it's been recognizing the fire, leaving the fire, and then after smelling the smoke and hearing the echoes of the fire after you've left, Then once the smoke clears, and how to rebuild from that. Reframing it. And then another one I've been talking about is the quiet healers, the seed planters, the ones that hold spaces like this that let other people that have lived in lives where they've never been seen, and how they actually help others even when they don't even know how to help themselves, the quiet healers, and recognizing them, which you are one. You focused a lot of your time on healing
I am
others.
not quiet.
That doesn't, but it's also recognizing that not all healing is loud. Not all of it is on stage. Not a lot of it's done behind doors where a lot of people don't see it done. It's the conversation that 2:00 in the morning, we had those conversations where we really connected when it was just you and me. Those kind of things, those are when those transformations happen. And then, loving from a distance, I've been talking bits and pieces about learning how to love from a distance with discernment, not as an escape or to disassociate, but learning how to love from a different distance to, with the intent of having connection, or knowing that you can love somebody, but they can't move forward with you. No matter how much you love them or care for them, because it's hard lessons. Those ugly clarity type things. but that's what I've been talking about. But yeah,
I actually just went through that, in fact, with my mom and my daughter and my granddaughters. My granddaughters are completely and totally innocent in this entire thing. I think they
it's a
may be
collective
oblivious. I
thing.
hope that they're oblivious. But I mean, not the spiritual thing. I'm talking about the war between my mom and my daughter and I.
Hmm.
I feel like they've kind
These
of
things are
been separated
deeply
from it, but I
rooted.
don't
Hmm.
think they have. Yeah, it is. But I got adopted into this family. Except for
Well,
the
and you
things that
figured
came
out
from
how
me,
they got
obviously.
you. If you look at this is something I think I need to talk to you off. Just remember this.
Okay.
Think about how you were brought up, and how the
Oh,
children
that's all I
were
think
brought
about.
up. Okay. And how that was a system of sense of sorts. And we'll get into that more.
A system of what?
It's a system of sorts,
Oh yeah, of
is
course
what
it
I,
is. Absolutely was.
yeah,
I already have that one mapped out. Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
I've thought I'm meticulous and I'm a mad scientist minded analyst, so I've picked that the fuck apart. Trust. That's been at the forefront of this journey since day one. That's the question, isn't
But it's been
it? Like why?
systemic for a very long time, and they've integrated it into many
Hey
cultures,
Johnny McKinney, how you doing, bud?
many societies. It's been introduced in a lot of ways, and it's how it's created a kind of hook. In these times right now, in this Aquarius age, now that Pluto is in Aquarius, and Uranus is coming out of the Taurus and headed into Gemini, so things are going to be different, we'll say. And so now are the times for breaking those subconscious chains, attachments, knowings, even knowing that even if you only can save yourself, know your children see you. Know your children see you and have listened. They may not express those in ways because there's a power dynamic. Children are not dumb, and may change that through the strength of theirs. You see what I'm saying? May utilize the aspects of both. And you may or may not see it in your lifeline time. However, what you're doing now is the chain breaking.
That's the thank you, because that's the thing that has been on the tip of my tongue for a few days. Actually, it's been that thought. What what is the point that I'm supposed
Truth
to be the
cannot
chain
be
breaker?
forced. It can only be seen,
How?
felt, and witnessed. Truth cannot be forced. It cannot be forced. They have to see it for themselves.
That's why I gotta wait for an invitation for them to even hear me. I get you. Ah, man. You always cut. You always cut me just deep enough, right? Just enough for it to heal, but enough for me to feel it. It's good, big sister. good big sister. Although I think you're younger than me, aren't you?
I was born in 80.
Yeah, you're younger than me. I'm 79.
Well, not much.
Oh, two.
Golly.
I think three of the chicks that I work with, that I actually enjoy working with, we're all the 79. We're all 79ers. And I'm like, dude, but I'm March, so I'm the first to be 47. No. Crystal says she's already 47. So her birthday must be in February or January. But I'm just like, the other two are like, yeah, we're not 46 yet. Or we're still 46. I'm like, so? It's just a fucking number, dude. It's just a fucking day. You're not even gonna miss it or remember it tomorrow. You know? But yeah, it's not time. Well, who is that? Is that you? Oh no, maybe that looked like a message that I tried to send you saved. Okay. Well, Az, you wanna say goodnight, and then let's say goodnight.
Yeah,
How have you been?
my other phone
Go
on
ahead.
the live, so I just wrapped up. I'm
Yeah.
heading home, of course, like I always am, doing what I'm doing. I'm like always on the move. But yeah, Brenda's not here. I'm not sure if she's down in the comments or not. But one of the greatest things that I also want to mention is that learning astrology, numerology, or what was the other one that we talked about? Numerology, astrology, and human design are icebreakers. They're icebreakers, especially when a lot of individuals don't have that voice of communicating with one another. And they bump into somebody. Oh, no way, you're an Aquarius like me. So let's see if we got things in common. That's an icebreaker, and many individuals don't know. Think about it. When people in a world where everybody doesn't really have nothing in common, when we assume, but yet when we have something in common, like you were discussing the age, 1979, the year, and so forth. These are things that we can create as icebreakers with one another. And then you know how they say that you attract the same vibration as you are. So the more frequency you are vibrating, a lot of individuals will recognize that frequency and will actually be with you. And these are things how you learn yourself a lot more better is by learning the basics, the discussion that we were having, and then moving along and using it in real life where, the same scenario connects with individuals. No way, I have a son that was born in that specific month, in that day or that week, and then you start relating it. Oh, I had an aunt that was born in that, and then the traits are being recognized. And Brenda left, but the thing about it, it's not that you're supposed to live by that alone. No, those are basically letting you know your pros and your cons. Now, life, yes, I can agree with her. You know what? Our destiny is there, but we were given free will in order to experience it our own way. So destiny has been chosen for us, and life is whatever. But we were given free will to experience it whatever way we choose, and that's the option that we have. We have the option of free will to choose what way we do. If I want to oversleep tomorrow, guess what? It's my prerogative. Nobody else can say, no, you can't sleep late tomorrow. It's my choice. And with that, I know you're probably going a little longer than you expected, but I thank you for hosting this live. All the beautiful individuals that are here, Desiree, and everybody that I missed, saved. Also, I don't know if anybody mentioned it, Shelly. I do see that you caught some sun. You got some tans going on there. I'm not sure if
I
you
said
even
the
noticed
same
it.
thing. She glowing
Yeah.
over there.
Yes.
It's not sun, okay? It's not the sun, okay, guys? Okay, check this out. It's not the sun.
Look, baby,
This
we know
house
pills,
only
and we
has.
know when you've been in the house and when you ain't been seeing no sun, and you've been
It's.
getting in and out that
I'm
house
telling
lately.
you, it's. I'm not. It's not sun, okay? Look, when I was in New Mexico, I was walking 5 miles to work and back, and I still didn't in the sun, and I still didn't change colors. It's the lighting, okay? Because that room, the walls are painted like a really dark that. So it darkens the room, and then that light, it has different settings and different kinds of lighting, but it's still not really light. But see, I'm still pale. And it's really just
You may
Oklahoma.
not
This
be
is actually,
as pigmented as you were
if
in that
it's
room, but you
red,
can still tell you got color to you.
it's not from sun, it's from wind. That's why my eyes are like this. Look at, you see that? Okay, specifically
This woman
where
will
the
not
red
receive
line
a
is.
compliment to save her life sometimes. Golly, she just
Oh,
has
I
to
won't.
explain the shit away.
I won't.
Man, is your hardest lesson just learning
But
to receive some shit sometimes? My bad. I love
yes,
you.
actually, and I have to. Here's one of them. Oops. And here's another one I have to learn. I have to learn how to what's the fucking goddamn. I have to learn how to build my own home because I'm never gonna have one unless I build it myself. I have to learn how to build my own family and my own community because I'm never gonna have one unless I build it myself. And it has to be people that invited me and my knowledge and my vibe and my worth. They want me around, but I'm going to be skeptical of it at first. So I've got to get over that because any form of love or affection is going to come with a hit or a bad word or something next. You know what I mean? Like that's where my brain work or used to work. I don't think it does anymore. But then I have to heal my mother wound, and the fucking charts tell me that I'm going to goddamn, excuse my French, I have to take care of my adopted mother as she goes out. It literally says that I have
I don't
to
know if this your
care
chart
for
tells
my
you that.
abuser.
I don't know if it's
Yeah,
gonna tell you
it
that.
does. It does.
That
I'll
you
show it to
have
you.
to.
I've got the screenshots from several sources. Yeah.
Okay.
It said May. It said it may
All
have
right.
to. May have to. That's one of the possible timelines I could end up on. I'm
But are
hoping
you
I
talking
don't,
from somebody that
honestly.
has integrated many aspects of it, or are still looking at it in a linear way? Because we were
Who,
not built
me
linear.
or her?
The ones doing the reading,
Are you talking about me or her?
the ones doing the
Huh?
readings, the ones that
Oh, I don't
perform the
know. I don't have any
readings.
idea. I don't have any idea how they looked at it. I really don't. So, I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm
Again,
just
I don't have any
questioning. I like
scissors.
to ask a million questions.
I can. Would you like to do my chart? I bet you'd have fun with it. I'll give you my info, and you could do all three of my charts: human design, numerology, and astrology, and you'll have a ball with it, man. You'll see a whole bunch of shit and understand why I've been on the mental quest and emotional quest that I've been on for so long.
I
And
have a feeling we have a lot
I
of
haven't gone mad yet.
similar, yeah. That area. I'm interested in
Yeah, we do.
seeing what your North
We
Node
did.
and some other aspects of. But yeah, I'll send you my number.
Virgo,
I'll send you it. Make sure I send you a
North
text message and
Node.
I'll get that from you so I can look at it all.
Okay. Okay, because I got it all wrote down. But yeah, we've got a lot of planets in the same places. I don't know. I didn't look at the degrees because it was too dark in there. Welcome back, Dawn. But yeah, on the phone we can do that because I'm starving and I want to get off the camera. Have a great. Oh yeah, save. Good night. You didn't even talk. Like bye. All right. Remember to come at everything with acceptance, understanding, support, encouragement, love, gratitude, curiosity, and be open to receive, including yourself, especially yourself. All right. Go ahead. Sorry, ass.
Just say good night. Good night.
Good night. I'm about to eat this ice cream.
Until next
Love
time,
y'all.
yeah, I love y'all.
Yeah, guys, you can call me right after I hang up if you want to. All right. Bye. If I can get this to close. How do you